the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect.
It's the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 967. Tuesdays, we've been talking professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the social medias and the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, PA. And I have no breath. With me from the Rizz Cave is the Rizz.
That situation sometimes too.
Oh,
But I have a solution.
You do have a solution. I do not have that problem. I do not have a what do you call those things?
Inhaler.
Inhaler. Yes, I do not have an inhaler, unfortunately. Fortunately? I don't know.
Fortunately.
All the cool kids seem to have them,
Fortunately.
like the Rizz.
Fortunately,
There you go.
you don't have one.
You hear the voices. We have on the couch the production, Katie Arquette, a longtime friend of the show.
Yes.
And first time on this show, Derek Dillinger.
I'm on the couch, the hot seat.
You were on the Indie Mayhem show
Mhm.
remotely, and I think you had a different name then.
Yes.
Yes.
He died. The Derek Direction died. Passed away. R.I.P.
Passed away.
Yes.
He's
Wait, was
gone.
there a whole thing? Like, is it like a soap opera ending? Was it a car crash? Is it a like I'm not familiar with this story. I didn't watch this episode.
I think he rode off into the sunset.
you rode off into the
Yeah,
sunset.
Yeah.
Okay, with
And then
the
I was reborn a film director. So 90s kid gone, film director here.
okay.
I'm sitting on the couch next to Mr. Iguana's iguana. We're here.
Yes.
That's I think we Hank the comfort iguana.
Okay.
Yes, that's what we determined.
He's
on
real
there.
close.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So no, glad to have you guys here. And having you down here and catching up with you guys. So we'll be talking about wrestling. We'll be talking about film. We'll be talking about Pop-Tarts, I'm sure.
Yes,
yes.
Pop-Tarts.
I still tag you in all the Pop-Tart.
we need to resurface that so I can get more Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, we need to renew it. We need a
Please.
Pop-Tart renewal thing. We'll touch on it a little bit here.
That could be clipped as well. I mean, fans still bring Katie Pop-Tarts to our merch table.
This does
which is a
happen.
thing, and it's very awkward always because they're like, oh, here's some brown sugar frosted Pop-Tarts. Can you give these to Katie? And I just
Wait, when she's not even there?
yeah, to me, and I'm like, all right, can you buy an 8x10, please? And they're like, oh no, I don't have money.
I spent my money on Pop-Tarts,
I'm like, all
therefore.
right, sick.
I'm happy because I got Pop-Tarts.
I mean, you got something. There's still a transaction that's happening there. There is a gift of Pop-Tarts,
Yes, it's like an Amazon wish list.
Or do you
Pop-Tarts.
do you like Pop-Tarts?
Oh yeah, of course. I just don't like carrying them because usually I have like a merch box and then my merch bag and then I have these Pop-Tarts. And then by the time I get them to Katie, because I live in Cleveland, which is 2 hours away, they're just crumbs. So they're just pieces of Pop-Tarts. And then Katie's like, this fan messaged me and said he brought me Pop-Tarts. And I'm
Where-
like, here's your crumbs.
The box is destroyed.
Well, they used to be Pop-Tarts.
Like you
I
could take
suppose.
care of it.
No,
Very good.
nope, not happening.
Bubble wrap it.
Yeah. We can bubble wrap it. There you go.
Wrap it in a merch shirt.
Yeah.
Surrounded by 8x10 and deliver it safely to Pittsburgh, please.
Listen. How many times I had to protect the Darby Allin figures whenever I was rolling with Joe Dombrowski and everything. Like, listen, you want to piss them off when you're like, do anything that puts the Darbys in danger. Yeah, apparently is the no-go when it comes to Joe Dombrowski. So
funny.
I just I'd open the back of my SUV and they fall out for some reason because they shifted, and you just be off to the side yelling, my Dobbies, and I was like, it's okay, he's a skater kid, he'll survive,
Yes.
so
So it's merch table currencies, some Darby Allin action figures.
apparently,
It's a
right?
joke.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's the way he goes. So, but either way, it's that's Joe.
Joseph, love you.
Either way, give me a 1 second here. I'm actually realizing we're not streaming on a couple platforms, so I'm double checking that right now. Sorry about that, YouTube, but we'll be with you and checking out in with the chat rooms as well. But either way, so the biggest thing is today, Netflix dropped the WWE UnReal. I kept saying the wrong thing before. Unscripted was the book. Do you
Unscripted
remember
was
the
the book.
book?
It was.
I
Yes.
have it
Yes.
somewhere. It might actually be in the back.
You
But
said it again, but I was like,
But
when we
unscripted.
go live,
But
I know he'll say
unscripted
it
was
right.
the book. That's why, because I kept saying the wrong thing earlier, right?
Yes.
So unscripted was the book that I remember very explicitly. It was just like the backstage photos, right? It was like when we couldn't see the backstage realness, and I just remember like Kane in full Kane mask. I can't remember if he had the mouth like yet or not. Just sitting by a kid. Like on a curb, and just like, hello, little person, kind of situation. And it was all that like kind of like just them doing normal stuff. But they're all like, I think they were also just like dressed as wrestlers too in their gimmicks and
Yep.
everything.
Was this the book with Brock Lesnar is doing curls with the SmackDown stage piece? I
believe
think. Yeah.
I believe so. I'm seeing if I can find. Here's the cover of the book here. If anybody else wants to see
Yes.
the visual of that,
Mhm.
it's just like just on white, and there's like a microphone in the corner kind of thing. God, there's got to be like pages from it somewhere. Excerpts from the book unscripted. Oh no, it's all text. That doesn't help me at all. There's a visual show. There's a visual show for you
It's all
podcast
text.
listeners out there. So either way. So the WWE UnReal show debuted on Netflix today. It was 5 episodes. It takes you from relatively the Netflix premiere to the WrestleMania in Vegas this year. Follows a few of those threads there. It does go back, like they do go back to certain things like Charlotte talking before her last surgery that she came back from for this year's WrestleMania. They go back to like when Rhea got hurt, like doing that backstage. I thought they covered it. So whenever you do like a backstage promo where like somebody gets attacked and then there's an injury, usually that feels like it covers an injury. It turns out she really did get injured in the backstage attack.
Wow.
Like she got like slammed against a wall or something and it just like tore
Oh,
something.
one of those locker
Yeah.
Trunks. It was a
trunks.
trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's just like, okay, we went a little too hard on the backstage, apparently. Again, freak things happen all the time,
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well, wasn't it her shoulder?
yeah, I think so.
So
Yeah.
it probably just hit just the wrong spot
Mhm.
and popped it.
I think she talking about she rehabbed it because if she took the surgery, it would take longer. But if you don't take the surgery, she has like a bulge that's just going to be there until she
Okay.
takes care of it. So she's just kind of rolling with it for right now. So
I mean, hey, if it doesn't hurt, just keep going and figure it out later.
yeah, exactly. I guess, but you don't want to take all that time and kill your run, right? So
No.
unfortunately, so all those great decisions to keep your spot. So, but I get it though. She's especially nobody wants to miss Mania. So, but so I really like this. It was a geek out thing for me because I'm going through this and it is, I really don't think there's few things it does a little bit deeper than I think, the WrestleMania 40, and we've seen other kind of backstage, documentaries and things like that really they did show a lot of the backstage and things like that, a lot of the gorilla things. Like I feel like there's not new that we're seeing except for the writers' room meeting. I feel like is like the thing that we see now, and the conversations they're happening on there, which are really mundane, to be honest. It's like it's just they're throwing shit at the wall, and it's not like, it's not like the old like what you hear about the meetings with Vince, like the day of the show or anything like that.
Screaming at everyone.
Yeah, it's nothing like that. It's just like, what if this person wins the Rumble? What if this happens? What if like one wild idea that was thrown out was, and the guy's like, listen, this is a terrible idea, but listen, what if you get to 29, they all eliminate each other, and then Chelsea Green's 30 and wins the Rumble?
Yes.
Oh my God. That's
That
how
would be
it should
perfect.
happen.
Right?
Like
That
to
would've been
her
good.
very first time in the Rumble,
Mhm.
less than 2 seconds.
Now, I'm not clear on what the time frame is on these decisions and these meetings that we're seeing. Is this like a month out? Is this literally the week of the Rumble and we're still figuring it out? Like, it gives the impression that we're literally still figuring it out and we're going to tell the winner the day of, basically.
It has to be. Like, card is always subject to change.
Mhm, mhm.
Like anything could happen in a split second, like injuring yourself or literally anything like that. I think that's how in the indies people think like, oh no, everything's way more together. No, we're pulling our hair out trying to make sure it's perfect.
This is something I say, like from my experience in production, like doing a 880 the Thursday nights to doing New Japan it's the same problems. You know what I mean? A camera isn't working. This, oh, okay, where's this go? Which way does John Moxley come from? Oh shit, this guy used the wrong entrance in 880. You know, it's all the same problem, right? And literally things that have happened.
Because it's out of your control.
Yeah, it's out of your control.
Big spots aren't relayed to you, so you miss the camera. So you're
Exactly.
mad about that.
Like something like that, right? You know, and you know, it's for us, we're trying to bring in, okay, give me somebody in my headset that knows what's going on. You know, give me an agent. Give me, you know, like we're trying to like bring a lot of these things downstream, you know, kind of things. You know, the greatest thing was like Tommy Dreamer in my ear, like telling me what was going to happen. You know, I wasn't directing that night, but it was really cool to be like, oh shit, this is how this is supposed to go.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, it's like, okay, and they're going to dump out this way. Well, that was the wrong side of the ring, but whatever. You know, like there was literally one thing that stuck in my head on one of these shows. You know, but either way, so they're digging in all this kind of stuff. You're seeing this. I put out a statement today about anybody who wants to work like behind the scenes, you know, in the production of a wrestling show, because they talk about this is the agent, this is the timekeeper, this is this, and I was like, you need to watch this first episode and study it. You know, I was always big about. I studied when Raw sucked. I would go to the arena and watch all the camera guys and learn from what they positioning from what everything they did and adapt it to our resources. I think you can do the same thing. And what's that?
You still kind of do, Sorg.
I do. That's why Katie has to get me drunk at a Raw, so I'll just enjoy Raw. So you know, but still, like I think like if you're interested in how that kind of stuff goes and how that works, I think it shows a little bit of that. They show the Cena turn. I always heard in interviews about how Triple H took the headset. Nobody knew. Production didn't know how it was going to end, anything like that. They go through it with, and you hear Triple H giving the truck the calls of like, hey, stay wide for this, look for this, stay on his face, stay on a 2, stay on everybody, you know, like going through all that. And it's really cool to kind of hear that. And that's the kind of thing that, you know, sometimes we're doing 880. Marcus has been really good about getting in my ear and say, okay, make sure you get this. Okay, this guy's going to be doing this. This is the big spot right here. You know, let us know about that. You know, like I think that's really cool. And if you're a production nut, unfortunately, everybody's going to think they know how wrestling works after watching this, you know, which you do, which becomes a whole, everybody thinks they're an expert kind of thing.
Oh, for sure.
You know, but I think it does illustrate how seat of the pants it is. You know, they talk about how Jade got injured, so they went into the storyline where Naomi turned and everything, right? In the big elimination chamber spot. I think it shows how we think that there's this big plan when it comes to even something as big as WWE. And there's a plan, but it's a malleable plan. You know, and
everything goes according to plan. It's
yeah,
like, no,
absolutely.
it doesn't. Anything could happen.
Yeah, and I think that's it. And I think that's how you get to like the who's going to win? CM Punk. Yeah, what about Jay? You know, like is one of the conversations in there. So it's really really interesting. And Rizz, I know I sent you guys in production something today, right?
Yeah, saw it yet, but.
Oh, you didn't see it? Oh, they took a picture. There was one point where you could see the screens for in the truck of like all the cameras that they switched to, and I noticed the names. And because we had a fun one, it was the last Exodus show we did where we gave everybody Top Gun names. So we had Mongoose, we had Scorpion, we had Maverick or something like that. So I'm just like yelling, like, you know, you've heard me backstage just call names and numbers, right? Mm-hmm. You know, and so I'm just yelling, Goose, get the shot. So I'm just like yelling Goose, you know, and like all the production people are like all the wrestlers and the agents are around me. And I'm just like yelling Goose and Scorpion and just like a freaking madman or something, like, right?
What is wrong with
so I had to drop that into, and I had a guy last Friday when we did the show with Neo Pro whose name was Stabby.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Are you aware of Stabby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like stab?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm getting halfway through the show and I feel like I'm just dropping ICP lyrics. Turns out, right?
Yes.
I think I literally said still stabbing at some point. And I was like, wait, that's a song. And then turns out he's a videographer for JCW.
Yes.
Which I'm like, oh fuck, of course you are, right? So where did I put that? Rizz, where did I put that? In random? Probably.
I was looking for the picture and I could not find the picture.
I'm looking for it as well, and I also
it's at random.
See,
it's
I think
so somebody's name is Rambo. Somebody's name is Shank.
Shank,
Rico.
of course, yeah.
They called somebody Sweaty.
Cletus, Grogan, and Rico.
and Cletus, and there's a couple
Cletus?
more off. If I got a frame earlier, you would have seen the ones on the left too. So it's
So which one's John Cena's favorite?
Sweaty.
Great question.
definitely sweaty,
yeah.
right?
It would be Sweaty.
I don't know. Rambo's got that shot, so
That's a good
Yeah.
shot Rambo has, for sure.
I'd call Rambo a shot for sure. Maybe that followed by a little Rico. Mix it up with that wide shank shot. Oh, the shank is that might be the I think that's the I forget what those are called, the controllable ones that are inside the cage.
Mhm.
So it looks like that wide shot there. So yeah, that's the point where Cena and Punk are facing off and doing the I remember
I
you
miss you.
moment.
Yeah.
It was the I miss you, right? So but yeah, no, like again, I just slammed through the whole thing. I had it on while I was working today. I might watch it again. But it was I definitely appreciated this. Now, obviously, we were talking before, we're waiting for the no, we've exposed the business.
Oh, yeah.
This kind of thing.
No.
So I mean, and I'm sure there's gonna, but honestly, I can't think. I think there was a little bit more that you saw in this, but I don't think it really, like, it's not much more than we've already seen in a lot of their documentaries and stuff, right? There is
one thing
go Riz.
besides like the production part of it. One thing I did like about that, it like the part where, and I think it might just be a random clip, might not even be on the show. I'm not sure. I haven't watched it yet. The wrestlers are sitting in this on the apron at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
It's Punk. It's Kofi. It's Ivar. It's
Was it
Adam Pearce, and like you see Charlotte off in the corner, and it's just Punk and Ivar starting to tell stories about how they shit their pants during wrestling.
Love that.
What?
And
That's
it,
great.
and then Punk turns over to Charlotte, goes, "Hey Charlotte, have you ever shit your pants during wrestling?" And he had to repeat that over and over again. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, they're at WrestleMania.
Mhm.
Like this is WrestleMania.
But this is the conversation.
This is the
This is what's
conversation.
happening.
You still have the same conversations. Yeah.
We've heard similar conversations,
Mhm.
and it's like we wouldn't expect this to happen at WWE. But
They're still wrestlers and they're still dealing with the process of wrestling. So they're still
Yes.
dealing with exactly the same thing the people you and I see every weekend are.
Yeah.
And they're doing
Right.
it to the people they know that they can do it too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And get away with
it's a
it.
safe place.
Mm.
It's a safe place. That's exactly what it is.
Who would have thought Beastman would be a trendsetter talking about crapping your pants?
Please, man.
Yes. The one.
This was part of this was part of CM Punk's lawsuit with
oh yeah, that's
the
right.
WWE doctor. He tweeted about it at one point and they forced him to take it down. That was actually my first introduction to CM Punk, was that tweet on last week tonight's episode about WWE, like years before I got into wrestling.
Yes, I
And
remember.
then I
that tweet.
rewatched that piece after I got into wrestling and was like, oh my God, Phil, it's you.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, intern John. But intern John has a great piece. What was it about CM Punk and the Green Door? Was it?
Oh, behind the green door.
Yeah. We won't explain it.
I
That's
do-
for you to Google with your
Okay.
safe search off.
Oh,
Okay.
We'll just
Okay.
leave it at that. It's a classic of sorts. And
don't do it now.
no, it's on a Patreon from weeks ago.
Okay.
But yeah, you might get distracted. So either way, so no, I think it's interesting. There's also, I mean, there's one point where like Elimination Chamber, like they're sitting around like planning the match, which you don't see often,
No.
which still I say is still magic to me. I don't understand how you guys put it together and remember all that shit.
I don't want to see it all either.
Yeah.
Coming from them.
But I don't know. It's interesting because they're still like, do you think we need this in the finish? Stuff like that. Michael Hayes is a star on this thing, by the way.
How's his outfits? Are they great?
Oh my God, it's Michael fucking Hayes.
Let's
You
go.
know,
Let's-
it just
let's go.
It's
Okay.
Michael fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
Yes.
hat on.
he lets us know what the PS stands for.
Okay.
So, yep.
Spoiler.
I mean, you did tell me something that already sold me on this. You said Joseph Parks is in it.
Yes.
So that's
Mhm.
all I need to know. I'm going to watch this because I love Abyss.
Mm-hmm. And it's he's the agent for the Netflix main event that's going overtime.
That's funny.
And he's like apologizing for it. And he was like, is Bruce mad at me? You know, he's like leaving this whole thing. And I'm just like, and there's a special somebody I get to work with on a weekly basis that it reminded me of. We went over time. You okay, buddy? No, yes, we're fine. We're fine. We're okay. Buddy. You know.
Yes.
So if you know, you know. But I think it's a fun. I think it's a good documentary if you really want to kind of see how sausage made it WWE. You know, I think it's a really good insight in how things kind of go. You know, so when we're all sitting here like that doesn't make any sense. Why they make that choice? It's like, yeah, it's probably the fucking only choice they could, or they're literally trying stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how it works
Yes.
in all levels, and they have to do it 52 weeks a year. 2 to 5 times a week. Actually, 3 to 5 times. We got NXT now too, but I guess it's a different team. But still, they didn't touch any NXT, by the way.
No.
So no, none of that. It was all mostly. Well, I guess it's Netflix, so it's mostly Raw stuff. So
Yeah, that's
that actually makes
true.
sense. So, but no, it was good. It was really good. Highly recommended.
Like,
It's on Netflix.
I feel like during that, like before when, Vince was there, it was going through him. It was
Mhm.
all these different avenues going through him and him alone. He picks it out of a hat or whatever he does, or chooses his own adventure. But now you have an actual round table of people going, okay, we'll do this. Or what if we happen this? What if this happens? What if Chelsea Green comes out at number 30 and wins?
Mhm. Mhm.
Like,
Where do we go
just
from
bringing
there?
up the
Where could
what
we
ifs.
go from there? You know,
And you can actually see that actually happening.
It's more of a collaborative effort, it seems, which is good.
there's a point where they go through the phone tree of who got called when for the decision to turn Cena heel. Cena was one of the last people they talked to.
Oh my
Love that.
gosh.
So
Of
like,
course he was.
yeah.
And then it's like you have to be okay with it.
like
Cool, I'll do whatever.
it was like to Rock or Nick Khan and The Rock, or The Rock to Nick Khan to John Cena, like Triple H making the calls down the line, as this idea was kind of thrown out. So
Wow.
but anyways, from the chat room, Tina saying fascinating to me is just my analytical mind wanting to know how shit works. This is why I like to see how magic works shows. It is though, right?
Yes.
And honestly, you got to, what was it? You got to the Cena spot on it, and they're going through the process. And I had the same feeling that night that the Cena thing happened.
Good. That's good.
Like you still had that because there was still that moment. You heard the reaction, and it just you get the wrestle feels all over again. Even though you're seeing how it's made. But also the production is magic to me too. It's fucking beautiful seeing all that shit come together.
Because everyone's experiencing that thought at the same time. So it's being discussed and being seen. So it's like two different feelings, but it's the same feeling.
And just
because
seeing-
it's like, guys, I have this idea.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, oh, okay, maybe. Let's think about
But
it.
it's also like seeing the execution go through. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like you have this great match in your head, right? And then you're like, you get to the end, it's like, oh shit, that worked, and you're just on this fucking high.
Yes.
And it's cool to kind of see that kind of situation. So see if there's anything else in the chat here before we go to a quick check-in. But thank you everybody that's supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Thank you everybody does support us over there. And of course, you get a little bit extra stuff. We do have the Patreon live stream, so you get a little bit more when we go to the breaks and stuff like that. And access to the Patreon after show where, sometimes we have some good long conversations. Sometimes we talk about Superman and why somebody didn't like it. Actually, I found the one person that didn't like it. Guess who it was? Either way, thank you to our friends that
I
are
think I know who.
supporting the show or at the fan of the show level. Bo Diggity! Woo! Woo. Are your woos getting zoomed?
My wounds got zoomed. So.
Team Hammerfist, Tupac Family, Bubba Brewer of the Triple B Podcast and APWF, and Jason French at the Poppy Club level, Dave Prop Bonner, Rats in a Trench Coat, Tennant Kincaid, True Prince of Pro, Rizz at the Pizza Club level, the Rizz. There you go, Buff Eagle. Thank you for the Buff Eagle action.
By the way,
yes.
I have to stop at that for a minute.
Why?
I don't know if you checked Twitter or any of the posts yet.
Okay.
There is a new Buff Eagle.
There's a new one? Oh, wait a minute. This is from last week, right?
No, this is from this week.
Wait a minute.
This is from this episode.
It's from
This
this episode. Oh my God.
I had one on hand.
You
A
had
buff
one in the
eagle.
chamber. Okay. What am I looking at here?
It is a Darby Allen. Is it Darby Allen?
It's just
eagle?
an emo eagle.
Emo eagle. So Darby
Emo.
Allen eagle.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
Do not put
Darby
the Darbies
Eagle.
in danger. That is my no-go with Joe Dabrowski. And I was like, he's a skater kid. He'll be fine. My Darbies. All right. Make sure I tag Joe Dabrowski in this so he
Yes.
sees it.
Joe is going to be so
Joseph.
confused. He's going to be like, what the heck?
No, he's going to know exactly what's going on. He's just like, he's going to be
No,
here
he's
for
gonna
it.
Does,
No.
does Joe
He's gonna
Dombrowski
know.
know about Buff Eagle, or is it just probably not?
I don't think he's
It's
been on
fine.
the
It's
show.
fine if he doesn't know, Sorg.
I'm not
I-
sure that anyone knows about Buff Eagle other than the three of us,
Other than
Mhm.
us,
but we keep posting it.
Yeah, we're trying to make Buff
Okay.
Eagle happen.
it's our thing. It's fine.
When we get to Anthrocon next year and there's a Buff the Eagle at Anthrocon, we know we've made it.
I love that.
So, yes.
Sorg, who's in the manager level?
Who's in the manager level? That's Bradley. Okay, there you go.
Oh, God.
Oh, Bradley.
We're dropping that clip soon again. VCW's coming back. We have to remember how it all ended.
I love
Yeah, so I think it's like the last show or the next show we had that happen. Bradley, I got to hang out with this weekend and with King Frown, of all people.
You met King Frowning? Oh, wow.
We hung out with King Frown. We went to PA Pinball and played the Royal Rumble Sega machine that I've never seen in the wild before. It's not a fun game.
No.
It is so maddening. It is. Have you
So
played
bad.
it?
Yes.
It's
bad.
it's not.
It's bad.
It's definitely an arcade game. That's for sure. But no, we got to hang out and reminisce a little bit about the good old days of doing our rap groups respectively. And Bradley had not listened to it, so. And we're not going to talk about that here.
Do you still have the CD?
Well, it's on iTunes. So have fun with
iTunes.
that.
You said iTunes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Apple Music, excuse me. And YouTube Music, and I'm sure it's on Spotify too. If
Hopefully
you know what to
Spotify.
look for. What's that?
Hopefully Spotify, so I can
So-
listen to it on the way home.
We can check that for you. I can give you the name. If you know, you know. And I'm sure it's going to be in the chat in the comments here soon too. So SummerSlam's coming up this weekend, but somebody's not making it. Drew McIntyre got stuck in the UK, guys. This is apparently legitimate too.
No, it's not.
Apparently, I don't, which would confuse me. He was on SmackDown on Friday.
Yeah.
And I think Sunday it came through that he was trying to come back because he's like, I got to go take care of my animals or whatever. His wife was with him.
I think so. But you went to a wedding, didn't he?
Was it a wedding? Okay, that makes sense. I was like, why are you there just for 2 days? Was this a press tour or something, right?
That makes sense.
And
Wedding.
apparently there was an issue with him coming back. So he is. It is such an issue that they have replaced him with the Miz in that tag match this weekend. So
Yeah, it was his
yep,
visa.
Wow.
it's a
That's
visa
wild.
issue. Yep,
No, I think it was either his visa or his passport.
I think it was a passport. They
It
said
was his
something about
passport. Yeah.
they're showing pictures of his passport or something like he didn't have it, which seemed peculiar. Which
What?
seems like our first problem kind
Yeah,
of thing.
why didn't you
It's right
think
there.
it's kind of weird he didn't have it?
Yeah, so that was peculiar. So the Miz is going to fill in and fight Jelly Roll, I guess, in this tag match. So, by the way, have you seen the Jelly Roll stuff? Like how he's like, why he lost all that weight?
No, I don't
Mhm.
know why.
So
like,
he did a spot like a year ago where he choke slam like Austin Theory or something
Yeah,
like
Yes.
that.
at
Right.
SummerSlam.
At SummerSlam.
Yeah,
last
at
year.
SummerSlam.
Mhm.
That's right. So apparently he's been doing interviews. I think it was something we did with Stephanie. He was just like, I got the bug, and he's been a big guy.
Mhm.
Like
It's
I've seen
always been big.
I've seen him at the Gathering of the Juggalos before he got superstar huge, and he I was like, what's he doing wrestling, right? And then he came out and he lost like 100 pounds.
He looks great.
Basically, he moved to Orlando. He's been working out at the PC ever
Yep.
since that spot a year ago.
I didn't know
Crazy.
it was for that long.
hmm
I thought that. Well, I learned about that part recently, but I assumed he'd only been there for maybe a couple months.
hmm
Good for him.
He-
I genuinely enjoy seeing him a part of all this. I think it's cool.
He's down with it. He's putting in the work. Like holy
Yeah.
shit, right? And they're putting him in a tag match, but he keeps saying he's like Stephanie. If I lose another like 60 pounds, like I'm coming off the top rope next year.
That's funny.
Almost
It's a
like-
good goal to have.
I love
Coming
it.
off the top rope. That's the goal.
Lose 60 pounds and go off the top rope.
Exactly. So it's incredible. Now, of course, I'm sure he's got the money to be able to get the right nutritionists and everything to make this shit happen as
Personal
efficiently
trainer,
as
nutritionist.
possible, right? It's kind of harder for the rest of us. But what's the over under of Drew actually showing up? Says Dave Potter in the chat. You know what? They may get him in under the wire and he gets involved, right?
But that would be
Carter's
very
always
sad.
subject.
That would be very sad for the Miz if he's been announced and he's going to replace him, and then he gets pulled last second.
Has he been announced?
Miz has been announced to
Okay.
replace him. So, since this situation has come up, which tells me they don't have no idea how soon they can get him back for anything
Oh
at
my
this
God.
point. So, can we just fly him his passport? What is happening here?
How did
Yeah,
he
like,
get there
why not just-
without it?
That's the other.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. They just
Real ID? He's not a citizen.
Yeah, exactly.
He gets his visa.
So I don't know what they're doing with that, and I know it is a little harder to get in and out of the UK from what I understand. So, but it is what it is.
You must stay in your homeland.
Yeah,
You cannot leave.
seriously. So at least the wife got to go, so they can take care of the cats. He's a
Yeah.
cat guy. He is a cat guy, isn't he?
Mhm.
So, just call their buddy. Which buddy is that? Anyways,
Which buddy?
I don't know. I'm catching up with the chat room here. So, and I'm still distracted
Buddy
by,
Murphy?
by emo Eagle. So, so SummerSlam this weekend. I think they announced a few more matches. Maybe with the tag championships or something like that, right? So, Riz, you watched Raw. Is there anything sticking out from you from any developments going into SummerSlam this weekend?
That triple threat match is going to be amazing. The
Which one?
women's triple threat.
Yes.
Yes.
I was literally just thinking that. That's
Mm.
the one that I want to see.
The way they're actually promoting this match is going to be one of the best matches on the card.
Yes.
Period. Another one that's really exciting for me is to see Sammy versus Karrion.
Mm-hmm.
See how that's going to turn out. How they're going to spin if Sammy loses, if Sammy wins. There's that saying that Karrion is right or whatever is going to happen. That's going to be a fun match. All these, and I've noticed all these. On Saturday, there's three title matches,
Mm-hmm.
and then on Sunday, I believe the entire card is championship matches.
I'm looking at the update right now over on I'm on app.com, I guess. It was updated a
A
day
very
ago.
reliable source.
There you go. I'm just going with it right now. I don't know. They have the results from SmackDown. So this is as of a day ago, but they don't have Raw. Interesting. So yeah, you're right.
Sketchy.
We have the only non-title matches are the Reigns and Uso against Braun and Bronson, Sammy Cross, the Jelly Roll match. And then they have three championships: the WWE Women's, the Tag Team Championship, and so Gunther and Punk has to be the main event of this one.
It
I was-
has to be.
I was kind of angling for that 3-way to be day one main event, but they're putting that on day 2. I bet you that's the opener. That's going to be your hot opener.
Yeah.
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 I mean, wasn't that what it was for WrestleMania too? The
It feels
girls
like.
opened it. I bet.
Becky and Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
It was them who opened. I remember we were still trying to find our seats, and I stopped. I'm like, I have to watch it from the
We,
round.
we watched it in the walkway.
In the
so we were
walkway.
so far away, and she's like, "We need to watch this. We need to watch this." And they look like little specks just
Mhm.
I
wrestling.
could see them perfectly.
And I'm like, I can't see.
Tall
this.
black hair, short, long red hair. I saw it perfectly. Right in between the stage and the other section of fans. I'm like, I could see right here. I'm not running up any these steps anymore, finding the seats.
We have a TLC match now,
Yes.
which I was trying to remember. Have I
Yes.
seen a
Instead of-
TLC match in person for this one? I think it mostly been to WrestleManias and Pittsburgh pay-per-views, so
Yeah.
we haven't seen one in a while. So, I guess they were on their own pay-per-view for a while too. So that is going to be incredible.
There's what, 5 teams there? Or
6?
6?
The teams in there are crazy though, so I
I
do
know.
expect something crazy to
Mhm.
happen.
Like there's going to be 12 people in that ring.
Fraxium,
That's a lot
DIY,
of
Street
people.
Profits, Machine Guns. Oh my God, this is incredible. Actually, Phoenix and Andrade is the team I didn't know I wanted.
Yeah.
Right?
It was just like that. Why is he not teaming with his brother? Oh no, this is even better,
hmm
right? So like I'm loving all this. Like I feel like they've barely even started scraping the surface of doing AAA stuff. Like
Shout out Mr. Iguana.
that's right, Mr. Iguana, for instance. So I mean, I don't know what that turns into, or if they just kind of roll with what they're having.
I mean, I don't know if I know this was maybe last week. The main event for the AAA championship, it's Vikingo.
Mhm.
It's Dominic Mysterio,
Mhm.
Dragon Lee, and El Grande Americano.
Who is over as hell in Mexico, by the way.
Yeah,
He was singing something. He was.
and I know some people think he's now apparently he's
Ludwig Kaiser.
Kaiser.
Allegedly.
He's not.
Allegedly.
Maybe he had a growth spurt. Sort. You
Listen.
don't know that.
Listen, yeah, exactly. You know what? Training will do a lot for you, right? I mean,
Maybe he's got some like lifts in his boots now.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But now there's another one that maybe is there, but it has a different mask.
Yeah, so what would this masked man be called? He's short?
El Hijo
Okay, I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that.
How does it go? El
Hijo.
Hijo de
de
Grande
Americano?
Americano.
Yeah,
Did I get that?
let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
That works.
Trips, book it.
Sure.
Well, they'll let us know in comments how bad we screwed that up.
We fucked that up. That's
yes,
fine.
Dirty Don's been on a rip. Says Antoine in the chat room. Grande V2 and V3.
V3. I like that.
Is
V3.
it, wait, like the Villanos?
Yes.
1,
Yeah,
2,
yeah,
and
yeah.
3
Mhm.
and stuff. Wait. We had like Villano like 3 and 4 in WCW for a period, didn't we? And we're
Yes.
like, where the fuck were the first two?
Mhm.
So, we need a Survivor Series team with all Grande Americanos. Yes, we do. Of
Please and
all
thank
kinds. I mean, we got this one that just came out. I mean, is it El Venti Americano? Is it El? I'm trying to remember the rest of the words.
L.
Yes, El Grande.
El Grande.
The big. I guess you need the Americano in there, don't you? But apparently he can sing from the sounds of things. So, and I can't judge the Spanish accent, to see, allegedly what does a German's Spanish accent allegedly sound like,
Exactly.
right?
I mean,
I don't know.
I think you're 100% accurate. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Somebody knows. They know down there, I would imagine, and obviously they're down for it. So he must be doing,
He's over.
so because he's obviously not Ludwig Kaiser.
Obviously not.
Obviously not. So, but
I'm still waiting for the SummerSlam 1994 style promos of El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano, where again, I'm going to say it again, Liam Neeson, maybe that's too big of a name. Maybe Paul Walter Hauser, who's in a Naked Gun movie as well, can do that spot where he's looking for the real El Grande Americano.
Yeah, I
Book
could.
it.
Yeah, like sure. With the production values I can do in WWE now, I think it would be incredible.
Yes.
I would want it to be.
They did it in 1994.
I would want it to be mid 90s levels, like when Cactus Jack was talking to Dude Love. Like that was
Yes.
a very horrible production. That's would make it 10 times better, I feel, with various Americanos talking to each other in horrible accents.
See,
Had the best worst idea related to somebody we know. I'm going to tell you on the break. That's related to that. That Three Faces of Foley came out recently in chat with
Love
a
it.
production idea. Sorry, that stopped me for a moment. I was going to be fun. So we got a TLC match. We have a cage match for the U.S. title with Jacob Fatu and Solo. And, all the rest of the Samoans, basically. So
Yeah.
does Fatu get friends at this point?
No.
Now that we've imported all everybody that was left from New Japan now into one faction and give them all like the worst names that all sound the same.
Yeah.
Like
They all sound way too similar.
Is
This'll
Fatu?
work.
Is he doing the moonsault off the cage?
he's
the-
gotta.
He's doing the moonsault off the
He's
cage, right?
gotta.
Yeah.
I think he did that in War Games, didn't he?
Did he?
I feel like he did.
Maybe.
Mm.
Like, and it was, I feel like it was weird because they did that when like it seemed completely unnecessary, if I recall, like for that point in the match. Like it was a weird spot that they did, but you know, guys got a moonsault, I guess. I don't know what's happening in the chat. They said that we saw El Grande Britannico on Raw. Is that who we saw?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. It was someone different.
Oh yeah,
He was
somebody
a bruiserweight. He's a bruiserweight, right?
Okay, interesting. Oh shit. Because I didn't pick up the clues on that one last night. I was very tired and probably took a gummy at that point. So it all kind of meshes together. So.
Everyone was like, "Yep, that's him."
And we're like, oh, another mask guy. Like basically you get to that point of tiredness and the nighttime gummy, and you're just like, I agree with everything Wade Barrett and Corey Graves says, you know. So
Yes.
like you're just like on board with it.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that's not Cole's the insane one at that point. El Moreton Peso. I don't know what that means. I'm not going to Google translate that right now, guys. So either way. Well, either way, a lot of stuff going on here, including a lot of things going on at indiewrestling.us. Go check it out if my mouse works here, and it's not. Oh, no. I can't get to anything. But no, a lot of stuff going on there, including our friends from this past weekend at Neo Pro Triple Extreme. I got to hang out with those guys on Sunday, and I got to check off a few boxes. I got to work with Neo Pro, and I got to do a wrestling show at a strip joint, which was quite the experience. So
What a
there's
weekend.
what a
What a
what a
weekend.
Friday night.
It was also a very eye-opening strip club, right? Like it was a very,
You don't say.
very unique,
Eye-opening.
very unique, full of characters. strip
There
club.
was some. It was interesting. Like I couldn't say much for the patrons or the girls or much. I was distracted, but I mean, just seeing the I found the upstairs and found some things I didn't know that happened.
Did
Whoa.
you? Hold, I didn't say this. Did you see the shower?
Yeah,
that was
that's the thing!
upstairs. But there was like all this like neon paint
Yep.
thrown everywhere.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
what is happening?
It
up
was
there?
there was like squirt guns and things, and like they
Yes.
brought me the chair.
What?
They brought me the chair from up there, and I'm like, oh, it's got neon, which means it probably has other things on it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, apparently I'm like I walked up there because I'm like just like this. That's where we set up like the camera and the lights and stuff, right? And I'm just like walked in. I'm just like, what the fuck did I just walk into? And it's like this open shower area.
The end.
And I was
That's
like,
what you walked
I can
into.
on the second floor as
on
well.
the second floor, which is where the locker room was, basically, right? So
There was like it overlooked the ring,
mhm.
so there was no like walls. So
Mhm.
it's just an open shower area where you could stand a foot away from the shower and look down on the ground.
What
Yeah.
a random place.
It was
You have the shower, you can oversee everything, neon green paint,
There was
water guns.
There was a dancer there, and she was hardworking. She had a whole
hardworking.
she had a whole leg immobilizer on,
Mhm.
Oh.
and she told me she's getting knee surgery in 2 weeks, but she can still perform her job duties.
See,
Good for her.
See, I've
Good
always,
for her.
I think we speculated at some point on the show that the businesses are related in performance and
Yep.
and what you have to deal with. You know, it is actually explained to me as like, hey, we're working, but they're also working too. And just like wrestlers, they're independent contractors. I'm like, you don't have to get in all the details, but I appreciate this. You know, like I got a whole explanation for it. I learned a lot about the business and the business.
Okay.
You know, so here's a little bit. This is what we were greeted to upstairs.
You took a picture of it.
Yes, I took a picture of it because I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? You know? So it was a neon bath party, I guess they do up there, and you see it splattered everywhere.
That actually looks really fun.
I don't know. I don't know if it does.
I don't know. I haven't seen it in action. I'm kind of morbidly curious about it.
I'm
And
curious too.
I would be pissed off if that was my building and there's paint on the ceiling.
Maybe that's what that room is meant for.
I-
So you can't get in
what
trouble.
else would you? And also, like, I'm just thinking, like, I mean, you know, what I always think, what did this building used to be before it was this, right? Is this something that had to be put in? Is this something that existed previously? Like, is this like
column A, column B?
a little
Worked
bit of
out
that?
to that,
You know,
party.
it's just like places that used to be a Pizza Hut, you know, kind of idea.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I do want to throw this out there that there is no AC in the strip club as well.
no.
So it was just all pure hot and sweaty.
Jeez,
Mhm.
that sounds miserable for everyone.
It wasn't terrible once we got going, but I mean, I don't know. The wrestling was by the door, so I was kind of tucked in. We were set up on the main stage.
You were
He was-
feeling great.
He was legit the main stage.
Or was the main stage?
yes, that's where that picture of me doing my sexy pool dance was.
Oh my
That went
gosh!
out on
we
social
need-
media
we
last week.
need
Have you seen
footage.
this?
No.
There's no footage. It's just a picture.
I need to see this.
I even danced with
picture.
Toddy a little bit.
On the pole,
Near the pool.
near the pole.
Near the pool. We're
I
just
love
like we were
that.
just kind of feeling the music afterwards because of course you know what kind of music was coming up after the show because they're getting back to business.
Sure. Yes, precisely.
There's really not much difference between I wasn't even affected by the fact that there were girls in skippy outfits because I work around wrestling.
Right.
You know, it's just like everybody's already in their underwear.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just like, and you get to play a game of
Stripper?
wrestler
same
or stripper,
conversation
right?
last
I
week.
mean, you ever been at a
It's gonna
wrestling
happen.
show? This would happen at this happened at Rise for a little bit, especially when they were up in Baldwin. There would be a point where I'm looking at like girls in the crowd and wondering why that wrestler's in the crowd, and it's just a fan,
Mhm.
and they're just dressed very extra,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And I'm just like, but they look like they're like in a wrestling outfit, and you have to play that game, or
We had that Zangief incident.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds hilarious.
at
Yep.
at the convention
at Teco,
at Teco. Yeah,
Yes.
my blank.
we
At Teco, we were driving, and then we saw this guy with a shirt and no pants. This guy.
yeah, and we
Yeah,
caught up with
and
him
he
and
was
talked to
walking
him.
around, and we passed him with he had a shirt on,
hmm
and Sorg and I were like, we looked over.
We're like, why do we feel like
And-
we're at a wrestling
yeah.
show right now?
Yeah,
And then we ran into him and had to ask him. He's not a wrestler.
I was just about
He
to say.
looks
He's
like
not a
one.
wrestler. He was an amateur wrestler, but he did buy wrestling boots and put yellow tape around them to look like Zangief.
Wow.
But he was, by the way, notice, sporting the fanny pack.
Yep.
I
Yep.
see this. That's what I really like.
Yes. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with. There's
Rocket Pops.
a video with that guy and a little bit of interview on social media for Awesome Cast. I think I put it on. So go check that out. And Rizz, I just posted the one where you and I were talking about me not recognizing anime that I know
Yep.
with the cars. So there's a little car show that was there where people deck their cars out with anime characters on the sides.
Oh.
And I was like,
With
Like
body
from a
pillows
specific show
and-
or just any?
a lot of shows that I don't know, but there was like a Dragon Ball Z, but it was the bad guy from the Dragon Ball Z video game, so
Okay.
it was like super specific. You know, if you didn't play this
It
game,
was
you
one
don't
of the
know.
androids.
Yeah, it's one of the androids. If those don't know, Android 21, I think, right? So either way,
Look
I'd
at
be
you,
able
Sorg.
to pick out a couple of
Look at you
things.
See?
learning about.
I played the whole game, Rizz. You know, I just forget about it. So either way, yes, Zangief. Where were the production? Katie Arquette, Derek Dillinger, the director,
The director.
if you will. So you guys are rocking it. You're doing the mixed tags thing right now as the production, getting around with that. And how is that going for you guys?
I mean, it's trying at times, but our schedule is pretty full. I love teaming with Katie. It's great. She told me when she first started, everyone told her like, "Oh, there's this director guy in Cleveland. You guys should be a team." And fast forward how many years? Here we are. We're a
8 years
team.
later. Literally.
Took the
towards-
long way around.
right before I debuted, everyone was like, yeah, there's a Cleveland director. And I'm like, I don't know who he is. And he has no idea who I am. And I know I'm not good. So I wouldn't want to make that connection with that bad impression. So finally worked out.
That's good. This is and of course, the productions has many iterations. Like I think people don't remember like Magnum CK and like Danhausen was around with you guys in the early days, right?
So like Danhausen, he was one of the early members, like you said. He actually at one point was getting ready to hang it up before the whole tequila stuff got over. So I remember like he had a conversation with me and he was like, this is it. I'm winding down. Then he wrestles PB Smooth at Unsanctioned Pro at one of those bar shows, and he does tequila on the bar, and he's dancing, and it gets posted, and it goes viral. So then that goes viral. Then he starts doing it every time he wrestles, and it got more and more popular, and that became a staple of Danhausen's offense is tequila. So he gained some success, and now he's making a lot of money.
he's doing very well. He was, if I recall, he wasn't like the kind of comedy character he is now too at the time. Because I remember we had him on the show when I think he was coming through Texas, so Eamon knew him, and it was pre-face paint. We talked to Donovan, Donovan Danhausen at the time, and the only reason you can tell is the tattoos, for instance. But like he hadn't gone like the full like Elvira movie vampire thing yet.
So he was like spooky, and I don't want to say spooky in like a cheesy way. Like he took his time, and he would do his face paint, and like he did Jane Doe face paint for a while. He did They Live face paint for a while, and he would just carry a spike with him because he was trained by Jimmy Jacobs. And that obviously Jimmy Jacobs' thing is the spike, and he wanted to be like a striker and like a grappler, and like he wrestles amazing. But he learned, you don't have to do that much. You do the tequila, you do a punch below the belt, you can do a GTS, and you can just make a lot of money.
It's the Jock Sampson school of wrestling. I think he might have fought Jock Sampson, if I recall, in Conquest.
That sounds like
I feel like I remember that. Now that you say Conquest.
Yes.
I think
Conquest or maybe Remix Pro. Maybe
probably one of those two.
Pro.
Yes. Was he in what was the Aaron's like mascot that Jock Sampson dressed as? The one
up the dog. It was a dog.
It was the dog.
Yeah.
I think he like won the remix belt like in the outfit or something.
Of course he did.
What a reveal.
Shout out Jock Sampson. I mean, I watched Jock Sampson wrestle once in nowhere, like middle of nowhere, Ohio, and I was in the crowd watching. So he's wrestling this kid, and to segue back to WWE Unscripted, or Unreal.
The book
Sorry,
is on
Unreal.
I'm not the only one.
Unreal, WWE Unreal. Jock just didn't call anything. So the whole match, he sees me in the crowd, and he just starts doing the gritty in the match, and then he does like a dab. But as he's doing the dab, he does a back elbow to the guy, and then he just started flossing. Like he'd hit. If he was a Fortnite character, he hit every one of his emojis, and he's just taunting the whole time. And of course, his match went way over time because it's a Jock match. But he just did everything, and he just kept saying, "I wrestled the honky tonk man," or it was "I beat the honky tonk man," whatever Jock says.
Yeah, still hanging his hat on that. So I miss the Jock Sampson matches. Like one of the smartest guys in wrestling, and just so fun at those shows, and so dastardly. So I remember him against Scott Steiner, I think.
Oh my
god! At least in a segment.
What?
And it was
that would be a good game of who is Jock Sampson wrestled, and you could just like have these matches, but then you can pick like the most random.
Yeah.
Like Jock Sampson, has he wrestled the Boogeyman?
Probably,
but maybe he hasn't.
Hold on, has Jock Sampson wrestled Boogeyman? Has he wrestled the Boogeyman or the Boogie Woogie Man?
Oh,
that's the accurate question.
That's the.
Let's hold on. I want to get to AI and ask about that in a moment here. So that's the real. Oh god. Oh shit. I'm just flooding with Jock Sampson memories. I remember we used to have the headband.
What?
Early RWA, man. What? He had this headband situation going on. I think he was working up the jock part of Jock Sampson at the time.
Wait, when was this?
This is like, God, it's got to be like 2014 RWA or something like that.
Okay.
He's feuding with like Strider,
Okay.
which that's a local name.
Yeah,
guys,
yeah. I know him.
you know Strider.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, I wrestled him at PWX. Let's be real.
I wrestled him in the backyard.
This is before my
I mean,
time. I don't know.
Is it very similar? Maybe.
I mean, it was a precursor to RWA, honestly. So but at least one of us got trained. So I knew to get out. So what was I even looking for?
Jock Sampson.
Jock facts.
Jock.
Jock facts.
Jock Sampson wrestled Sonny Kiss in Greektown once. And it was a blindfold match, right? And so this is one of Wes Barkley's favorite matches.
Mhm.
Like in Major League where they put the bag over the head. I mean, it's very similar to Jake Roberts with Martel.
Yeah.
So they have these bags on their heads, and the Greektown crowd is insane. Like they are just always partying and
They're
ready.
with it.
This is like outside Toronto. if
This
I'm
is
not mistaken?
this was
Toronto.
in Toronto. Okay.
And I just remember like Jock pointing at Sonny. And the crowd's just erupting, going crazy for him. And like they barely did anything, but it was just like such a moment of like them pointing at each other and the crowd going nuts. Also, another Jock story that's great is Jock told me my first time there. He's like, the crowd loves it here, kids. To me and Wes. And he's like, watch me go out. So he goes out and he's posed on the ropes and he's like got his hat on. And all of a sudden this girl comes out of the crowd because there was no guardrails at the time. And she licks up his chest as he's posed. And like me and Wes Barkley just looked at each other like, oh my God. And in the back, he's like, you kids see how it's done out there? And we were like, what?
I remember this. He did this a
Oh
couple
my
of times,
God.
didn't he?
It
Like,
was
there's
the
like-
same girl.
Oh, okay. Because I think I filmed a show where he did this, and I'm just like, what the fuck just happened?
Licked
Right?
up his chest.
Yes.
That
Or
is
up his
insane.
up his belly.
Yeah.
All the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on the ropes. Like he doing his pose. It was very sexual.
It sounds like it.
Is this where PB got the chapstick girl idea? By the way, shout out to PB, who is on the debut episode of NWA Power
Yes.
on the Roku channel. So
Is it today?
It was today. It was at
Yes.
8 o'clock. It's replaying at 11 o'clock tonight, and I think Saturday. I'm hoping
Good.
it's on demand. We tuned into it. Katie was still on the call. Dutters.
Yeah.
Other Katie.
I miss her. I love her. Love you.
Well, we'll have to get you guys connected here sooner or later. She's been traveling with us a little bit, so.
I've noticed. I've seen.
Mm-hmm. But she's been getting involved in the backstage and everything when she's not kicking all this in the face. So
Rightfully so.
Yes, I mean, you heard what he said at a cancer benefit of all places.
Oh
But,
God.
yeah. The clip's out there. You can relive that. Either way, where was I getting at with that thing?
Jock.
We were talking about the production.
The
And we talked
production.
about Jock, Dan Allison, Magnum CK.
Let's talk about since we have. I'm sorry, Katie, but we have Derek and I have to have a conversation about our tepid relationship we've had over the years.
Okay.
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 So because we haven't had this conversation.
Is this going to be about ICP?
No.
Or is it? Please don't.
What conversation is that? I mean, like,
I don't
no.
know. We both love ICP.
Just we just have this relationship when you're in the ring and yelling my name. Okay, so I don't know how many people. Rizz knows this. Rizz is nodding his head. He's seen this in action. What's that?
Directly to the camera.
Yep.
Sorg.
Yes. This is like dates all the way back to the early days
Rise.
of Rise Wrestling. And
What
you're a part of the
happened?
grindhouse and
Yeah,
everything like
yeah.
that. But you're always yelling at me.
Because you're the producer. I'm the director. I'm trying
Yes.
to direct my shots.
Yes.
So we need to go to camera 1, camera 2. But now we have names. So it's now we need to go to
Goose. Duck.
Duck. Shank.
sweaty,
Stabby.
stabby, you know?
Stabby.
Yes. Did we talk about that on the show? I can't remember. Did we talk about Stabby on the show or before the show?
Before.
No,
on.
it was on.
Was it on the
earlier.
show? We talked about Stabby from the JCW crew that was helped us
Shout
this
out
week.
Stabby.
Yes. Shout out to Stabby. Either way. Yeah. So I mean, like, and then like I forget about it. And then I go to Erie and you're yelling at me again.
Yes. It's coming back.
It's coming back.
It's coming back.
Oh my God! It's like I don't think I'm making Erie this time, unfortunately.
Dang.
But I'm not
No.
sure that day. We're booked very well for the rest of the year.
Good.
So
Boo, but
Weren't you
yay.
doing? You were actually doing roaming camera weren't you doing roaming camera? No.
At Big League?
Yes. Were
Yes.
you?
Yes.
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 Because I remember positioning your body when I was on the outside. I was like, "Hey, get this shot. I'm coming in. Stay here."
Coming in.
That's right. That's right. And I'm just like, yo, Derek just put me in position. Like Missy's in my head, so like, why'd you just move? And I was like, Derek told me to. You know,
I didn't know you did
calling
that.
me shots. Just calling them.
Just call
oh
the
my
shots.
god, this is, and I love that there will be times where you do take two.
Yes.
Like you're the only one that can repeat a move that got messed up, and it makes sense. I realize.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody else, it looks goofy. You just make it part of
I'm
the
like,
fucking
all right.
gimmick.
Or if something happens and the other person I'm wrestling messes up and I'm real mad, and I'm like, we are gonna do this again. I'm gonna body slam you, and this is what we're doing. So I can just tell them what we're doing
Mm-hmm.
because
It's part of the thing.
Part of
It's
the
it's
show.
not weird. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
weird at all.
Nope.
So is that the advice though? Is to figure out a way to cover up the botches and
Yes,
redos?
yes,
To
yes.
make it a part of your gimmick.
yes, it's
So-
great because then even if something gets messed up, I can be like, I am going to hit you with the rolling elbow. I'm hitting you with the rolling elbow right now. And then if they don't get up,
And you just yell take two and
then
you're
I'll
good.
just say, get up.
And they're like, oh, he's a director.
And then when I go into the back, if they do mess up, then it's an issue. Then I'm like, come on, man.
Then it's
yelled
Coach
it.
Derek.
I said it to you, please.
This is why we're taking the comfort iguana with us in those kinds of
Yeah.
cases. So, everybody needs that. We've seen the stressed out locker rooms. We should
Oh yeah, yeah.
we should help with
yes.
that kind of thing. So jeez.
That's those. So a lot of those. I mean, I thought you were going to tell me because I'm very a person I feel to hit you up for my matches a lot.
That was another okay.
But I do every one of the matches you have. The watermark stays on.
I appreciate that. Yes.
The watermark stays on.
No, you get it. You get it. No. It's so. I mean, we have this. There's. Okay, this comes to the second thing I wanted to mention that I appreciate about you. Okay, so, one, I see you at every show you're not booked on. So like a lot.
Hanging out.
So, and you did say like there was something about the links in the we have a secret group.
Yes.
The secret's out. We have a secret group that is my trusted group.
VIP
of,
only.
that I put all the shows, and it's the wrestlers I know won't fuck around and put like full matches out, right? Because that's the business model and things like that. Respect, but use the footage, right?
Yes.
And like
Use it properly.
yes,
Respectfully.
like the people
like
that
an
get
idiot.
it. People show up and it was like, okay, first time I've seen this person, and the entire match is on their YouTube,
Yep.
kind of thing.
Mhm.
So there was there was some comment about like I like being in the group because I just like to watch everybody else's matches.
Yes, I do. So I
get like 3 shows with you a year at this point, but you're still in the group just like lurking and watching all the wrestlers. Like
everything.
you watch everything we
Yeah,
do.
yes.
Which is a lot.
I know. So
It's
like
crazy.
I
He's
just
crazy.
she knows I'm nuts. I was on the show with Sammy's son timer
Mhm.
from 880,
Mhm.
and he's like, I was helping them plan their match.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is some moves you do, and he's like looking at me, and I'm like, I watch everything, dude. I know all of your stuff. I know you're in a tag team. I know that you can do these moves. I know that you have a DDT that you do, like just all this crazy stuff. And he just was like looking at me like I'm crazy, which I mean I am. But to get into this group, I messaged MB Young because other people can add people to the group. I go, MB, add me to this group, and he goes, what? How do you know about this group? And I go, don't worry how I know about this group, which I'm sitting next to Katie as I'm texting MB. I'm like, MB can add me. If Katie adds me, it may be a little bit weird. And I'm like, MB, add me. He's
I didn't want to be biased and just invite my friends and whatnot and people.
and
Oh,
MB,
yeah, so you're going through a third party.
yeah, so I was like, MB
I was
can
like-
add me. I was on 880 shows.
and he does represent a promotion that is represented.
And
in
it was
yeah.
the
Yeah.
night that so many people were getting added and MV got added. I was like, here, people are getting added. Go ask.
So I asked MB, and
Get
then I was
added
like,
right
because
now.
I didn't want to ask you because I figured you were busy because it was a night a show was happening. And MB was like, I can't add you. And then like he didn't say no, but he was like, like
He was
he was hesitant, and I can see he was on the fence.
He's like, I don't know if I'm allowed.
Yeah,
to.
and I was like,
exactly. That's why I didn't.
and I was like, damn it. So I just messaged you. I was like, can I be added to this secret group? And you were like, I don't even think you responded. You just added me to the group.
Yeah, you didn't respond. You're just like added.
Yeah, at some point we had this conversation though. I just like watching stuff. I'm like, what are you doing here? You know?
It's like I'm gonna go to the show. I'm gonna go to the show.
Well, you know.
Nothing else to do.
I mean, long distance, I get it. So I have legitimately, I can't remember if you've done this. I know another friend of ours that wrestles in Mexico a lot was like, I got a message one night. I was like, I'm in Puerto Rico. You got any shows you're doing right now that you sent me links? So I'm just like, this one's ending, but okay. Like, it was like Patrick, it was Peyton Graham's retirement night.
Okay.
And I was like, Peyton's giving his speech right now if you want it. You know? So, and I think he knew him, so, you know, because he's an area guy, whatever,
Yeah.
right? So it is one thing I do, and you've seen this, you guys have both seen this, like, I love the community in that group when, like,
Oh, I mean, like I like I got at it, and then I felt like everyone's going crazy in that group just talking, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I should never be the voice of reason. And I was
and
like,
usually there's not conversation, but something had happened. Somebody started it in the wrong group, and it's something.
Is
something,
that what it was?
Yeah. Somebody had put it. He said, "Oh, sorry, I put this on the wrong group." And basically, there was some controversy recently in the world of area wrestling, and apparently, this was the place where everybody convalesced over it and, you know, talked about what to do about it and things and everything.
And I was like, this chat is never active, ever. It's Sorg dropping a link.
You think I feel? I'm sitting at Haas's like, why the fuck is this group blowing up right now? You know,
like,
kind
I
of
need
thing.
to mute it for a second just because it's a lot.
It was, so I was worried I was seeing people drop off. I'm like, oh no, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, people.
So, but it's been kind of, but I love that because I love the vibe of the people that were talking about this issue that was happening with some local wrestling. And it was a good kind of community moment for that, you know, and just like, which solidified my trusted group, to be honest. So
Sorg's trusted group. This is a safe space.
It is a safe place.
Is.
Which, how many have that? How many like? God,
I mean, there's like 50 people in that group, right? Like,
yeah,
everyone was like so on the same page.
Yeah. It would be obviously, and then people I saw drop off are people from like other promotions that I work in that don't really know me or anything. I'm just like the guy that's there to them probably, and I was
Michael
like, well, you're on
Sorg.
this show, let me add you or whatever. Or I didn't even know they were on actually. So I'm curious. I want to see how many people are in this group right now. Chat in. Where do I even see this? Am I in the right group? I don't know.
Say something.
Nope.
It's the wrong group.
Chat members. There we go. It doesn't give me a number. There's too many. There's
Let me
too
see.
many.
That
Basically, there's
makes
too many.
So much sense
So-
now. The person that dropped it in, I'm like, why? That's random. And then I'm like,
He was
I never.
drunk. He was drunk when it happened.
It
I'm
was
pretty sure
in
he admitted
the
it.
afternoon. It was like 2:00, 3:00, maybe earlier.
Yeah, you know. But generally, wow.
It's 5:00.
Because usually these chats are, you know, we've all been a part of roster chats, and we know how they just kind of
72 members.
See, there's 70. I trust 72 professional wrestlers.
No, you need to go through that list.
Like, that seems impossible. I know 72 pro wrestlers that I have their Facebook. That's a wild number. Oh man, I'm gonna.
If you got to put the rules in there,
Yeah, we can get rid of that
We're
guy.
gonna be like
Get
that.
rid of
Just get
that
rid of
guy.
people.
That guy's sketchy for sure. Oh, not
They
her.
are not leaving the watermark on.
No. What's that?
They are not leaving the watermark on. Or tagging you.
How'd that guy get in there? I don't even know who this guy is.
see, people are just adding people, Sorg.
Problem
See,
is-
the fact that I was like, you need to just ask yourself. That says something. I should always stay in this group.
I won't put
Because
you.
I also ask you for my YouTube links matches.
I'm putting you as a moderator. Okay.
Yes. I'm going to remove people.
There you go.
There you
I
go.
think I should be like the police of that group.
You are. You're the
I
voice
watch,
of reason.
I watch everything.
And by the way, like, nobody listened to you. By the way,
I know.
So-
My opinion or my
You got some double taps, but that's it.
I got some double taps. What I said was so true. If they would have listened, maybe we wouldn't be where we're at. I mean, let's be real. We would be.
We were,
Yeah.
yeah. So, people like stoking this stuff in this wrestling world.
Yeah.
God.
Mhm.
Pulling back all the curtains tonight. Now everybody knows about my secret chat group. I swear, if I keep getting asked about the secret chat group in the public now,
It's great.
Oh, yeah.
It's so
You
good.
should
I love it.
just know something. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. What chat?
I'm gonna have to burn it down and start a new one.
Let's make me an admin.
Yes.
Sorg. There's no other chat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This conversation never happened. You ever see Men in Black?
Bleak.
Blink. There you go. Speaking of movies,
This
so
is not the chat you're looking
it's
for.
not the chat you're looking for. Anyways, Katie Arquette, lover of Pop-Tarts, Derek
Nice.
Direction, lover of yelling at me.
Not my name anymore.
Ah, God, I fucked
Not
it
my
up.
name
I knew I was
anymore.
gonna do it. Dillinger.
He's dead. Dead.
Sorg.
Why am I
Thrown
talking of
off.
dead people?
So Ethan
Sunset.
Page did that for me because he likes to make funny jokes. So he booked me for his return of Alpha One.
Okay.
And on the match graphic and match card, it said Derek Direction.
Yeah.
And then he knows my name's Derek Dillinger, but he just thought it would be funny to call me Derek Direction. So then the commentary team and the announcer did not know I was Derek Direction. So that's what they called me the entire time. And I was like, Ethan Page, please, can you put Derek Dillinger? And he goes, all right, I'll finally do it. So it was
Fix it.
a long time rib there for a little bit.
It's funny. The guy that we used to put as a symbol on posters for the longest time when he came
Yes,
down
yes.
here, right? That has that issue.
Mhm.
I had a follow up for that. No, but I knew I was going to fuck that up because I don't do enough shows with you anymore. And when I go do the match list, I usually type the old name and say, "Oh fuck," and fix it. like it happens right away, but it's like, nope. We're doing your title or something like that.
Well, I didn't know a lot of all the vets know me as that. So like any of the vets, like Sam Adonis calls me Derek Direction all the time.
Yeah.
Which is like crazy to me. And
Well, I mean, we all of us that know him call Joaquin Wilde Shima.
Shima,
You
and
know,
like so
DJ
I just called Elijah Shulo when I saw him.
same.
So-
So I this is how you can tell where me and Katie are, like from like time period wise. Like I call him Shima.
Mhm.
She calls him DJ Z.
He's
Mhm.
DJ Z to
So
me.
like he's Shima to me. I mean he's young AIW kid, Shima Zion. For her it's
That's right.
DJ Z.
Fighting in those
Shulo is
those bar
Elias.
brawls
Yes.
and stuff with Jimmy DeMarco.
Yeah. Oh, shout out Jimmy DeMarco.
What was the tag team? Psychosexual
Panic?
Panic.
PSP.
Yeah. Yes.
Jimmy
Yes.
DeMarco, Shima, and Facade. PSP. Loved them.
I'm very familiar with those early AIWs because of the Jimmy DeMarco music video
Oh, they're
that
great.
he had me do, and he just sent me all the DVDs, and there were notes, like a piece of paper with notes about this match, and this is when I killed that ninja Facade, and da 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 da, and there's just penises drawn all over it. You know,
Love that. I love that.
it's the second time Jimmy DeMarco was brought up because we were talking about the dildo in the ring this week.
Yes.
What?
I didn't tell you that.
I was
Yeah.
trying to no
You
sell
didn't
it.
tell me
Me
a lot
too.
of things
I mean,
about this.
this was-
strip
I
club
mean, this thing
venue
was
trip.
about 2 feet long and purple, and I was
Yeah.
like, and I'm like, what's that thing in the ring? And I'm
And it
just
was
like,
a cage match, wasn't it?
what? No.
this was a-
There's one
no,
this
this was before the
Friday.
cage match.
There's one this Friday on Triple Extreme coming soon, the IndieWrestling.us. So get the plug in there.
Double donged.
It was that it? I didn't get a
Oh,
good
that's
look
what
at it
was.
because I was like, don't get it in a shot. I don't know what we're doing with this.
I watched a stripper throw it in. She threw it in.
It was the
like,
stripper that did it.
and they hit the ring, and I was like, yes.
It was 2 feet long.
Double dong. Yeah.
looked like
was
it, yeah.
Gigantic.
Jesus.
It's like, yeah, well, I mean, it's for a
It's for that shower that we
it's a
just
weapon.
saw a picture
It's
of.
for a friend.
Yeah.
It's for a friend.
For
You
a
know.
friend.
So
Dual purpose.
But it took us back to, we started talking about Jimmy DeMarco back in the day. Were you
Yes.
around during that era?
So I was not around as a wrestler. I
Okay.
was there as a fan. And I
Oh my
loved it.
God.
So like I used to
When-
be on the indie board as a young kid, and I know. Oh, my God. I used to look at the indie board. Jimmy DeMarco was somebody that I thought was cool. I watched all of the DVDs because I'm a crazy person. This is wasn't in a secret group back then, so I didn't know. So I would get IWC DVDs.
There was no group.
PWX
We were on MySpace
groups.
at the
Yes,
time.
yeah, yeah. And so I remember when
In that terrible message board at the Inter Wrestling Network. Yes.
I remember when Jimmy DeMarco threw the sex toys in the cage at IWC, which it was a steel cage match.
It was a steel cage match, and I believe fans also were throwing dildos into the
Love that.
ring. And I remember Chuck
yeah.
Roberts having to come out the next show and say, "Listen, we can't do this again."
Can't do it.
Okay, like telling the fans that they cannot participate in this way
Wasn't
anymore.
the next match wasn't the next month like a fans bring the weapons
Yes,
match?
there was. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I remember. That way too.
Yep.
Because Jimmy
too
cut a
much.
promo and he goes, "Fans bring mommy's dildos. Fans bring daddy's dildos.
No.
Fans bring the." He kept calling it "Fans bring the dildos,"
Specifically.
and not "Fans bring the weapons."
Well, the problem was when they threw it in the cage, it didn't always make it into the cage, so then it just started bouncing off the cage. I'm ringside on camera at this point. You know, it is one of the most ridiculous things I've been a part of.
Just throwing dildos.
Those were the days. Those were the days.
So were they?
So I have never,
You missed out.
Oh.
You missed out.
Oh, darn.
as
You
a
missed
wrestler,
out.
I've never met Jimmy DeMarco in person, but I've always
Hang around this neighborhood for long enough.
Really, I've
Yes.
always admired his work.
Yes.
And so he's on Instagram. And so me and him message each other on Instagram, you know, quite frequently throughout the week. But I always try to guilt him into wrestling me one more time. And he's like, yeah, I'll definitely do it. And it just never happens.
He's like, yep, we'll do it. No.
I know a place we can probably get it booked.
Please,
So-
please. I would do it in
Just
a second.
advertise it and he'll show up, I bet. Just advertise it.
Hey, come
Fans
by
bring the dildos.
Come by the studio, sir.
DildoMania.
DildoMania. There it
Hosted
is.
by DeMarco.
DildoMania. Oh my god! I think this might have been this. Yeah, there's. Look up Jimmy DeMarco and IWC and AIW. There's a lot on there. Here's Jimmy DeMarco versus Drake Younger at AIW.
That's great. That's so good.
John McChesney Final Battle. I think is a promo video. Like the promos. There's a music video out there.
There's a promo that he does for PWO Resolution. He's wrestling Marion Fontaine. And it's the end of the match is the loser has to kiss the other person's butt. So Jimmy cuts this promo and he's like he's standing in front of an ice machine or ice like an ice thing.
He was in the ice machine.
Yes, he was. And he goes, my ass is on or my butt's on ice. And of course he creates he says this crazy Jimmy DeMarco poem. And then he closes it with my butt's on ice. And then he crawls back into the ice machine or whatever it is.
There's a if you go to IndieWrestling.us, there is a 2 hours of Jimmy DeMarco matches called MMA Moist Muscular Arts Best of Jimmy DeMarco.
Oh,
Enjoy.
I am watching this later.
You don't know about this?
I mean, I probably have watched it, but I mean, look at that. Look at that man. Look at all those muscles. You know what his tagline was?
What?
His catchphrase? Suck my muscles.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
I mean,
I didn't get a full era of Jimmy DeMarco. I got him whenever I started training and then the year I debuted.
because he was just popping back in, I think, at that point.
Yeah, because I debuted in 2017, and I do
Mhm.
remember him. He wasn't as consistent as he always is.
God, I just found Jimmy. God, he came out with the I pinned Ray Rowe shirt.
Yep.
And God,
Dude,
no.
he is was it Western Pennsylvania legend?
Absolutely.
My guy, Jimmy DeMarco.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
If I can wrestle any legend of the area, I mean, I do want to wrestle Super Hentai, but let's put Jimmy DeMarco up there. Derek Dillinger versus Jimmy DeMarco.
Just advertise that he'll show up.
DildoMania
DildoMania
by Sorgatron Media.
by Sorgatron Media. Les.
Well, there's some ideas rolling around now. We need to take a break because I need to digest that situation. But, you know who's here on the show. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Wrestling Mayhem Show. We're still rocking here. Rizz is here. Intern John is here. And the production is here as well. Still.
Still.
I mean, maybe we'll watch some Jimmy DeMarco matches in the meantime and on the break.
Yes.
Depends on how long the break was for you.
Shout out Jimmy D.
So, yes, absolutely.
Delicious Jimmy DeMarco.
Delicious Jimmy. All the E's in that,
Yes.
too. Like, so many E's. Yes, Rizz?
I was going to say, he's the only person that can get the entire crowd at court time to chant sex.
That's good.
Sex.
That's
When-
good.
When I was a young Cleveland fan, and I know like we're trying to move on to the next segment, so I apologize. I watched Jimmy DeMarco come out with a crutch. He wasn't hurt. He didn't get injured. He was in his full wrestling gear, but he just had this crutch, and he's crutching along. And there was just a very shapely person in the crowd booing him. So then Jimmy lifted the crutch up, and he put it between his legs, and he started stroking the crutch for the longest amount of time. Like, it was like his entire theme song, and he was just doing it. And then,
Is it like, have you seen the new Happy Gilmore?
Yes, that's literally
what I was
He did
thinking.
the Happy Gilmore?
Yes, and Pedro DeLuca was the ring announcer. And I just remember looking, like as a fan watching, Pedro's like looking at him like, come on, trying. And like his music's just going. So he did like 3 to 4 minutes of just stroking. And then
just going for it.
And then he came
Yeah.
into the ring and he reached in his pants and he pulled out a crumble sheet of paper and made Pedro read it. And it was just this like very, very grotesque, very descriptive poem. Just explaining who he was. And in my head, I was like, I love this guy. And then my dad's like, this is something, isn't it? Because me and my dad would go to all these shows.
Your dad. This is something.
This is something.
Wow.
This guy.
Look at this.
No real like positive or negative.
No,
just
because like my dad took me to all the CAPW shows, and we
Cleveland All Pro.
Yeah, Cleveland All Pro. Sorry about that. So Cleveland All Pro shows, and like he grew up like he loved guys like the Lord Zoltan or like guys like Preston Steele. So like when Jimmy DeMarco comes out to Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg, and he just is a jerking his crutch that he isn't even using correctly. My dad was like, "All right, this is the AIW."
And that's the real sin. He wasn't using the crutch
correctly.
correctly.
No.
But found his own use for it.
Yeah.
Speaking of these, did you guys watch it? You watched the Happy Gilmore too?
Loved it.
Yes.
Oh my
Loved
god.
Watched it twice.
Becky Lynch, MJF, a part of that. Eminem apparently.
Yes.
I missed Nikki Bella as Becky's caddy.
Oh my god.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that was her.
Yeah.
I went back
either.
and watched the scene with her in the snow level thing,
Yeah.
and it turns out her lines had gotten cut.
Okay.
But she was still there. But yeah, it was kind of fun.
MJF did a really good job.
Oh, it was so great.
Oh yeah.
And I loved young MJF, like in
Mhm.
all the grow up scenes.
It looks just like him.
The kid looks just like him.
Like that
Mhm.
hair, the
Mhm.
flannel cut off.
The only thing that I did not like is how pale MJF was. I've never seen Max that pale in my entire life.
Absolutely. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, and like we ended up like watching wrestler movies like back to back because then we watched the Heads of State with John Cena and Idris Elba.
Yeah.
We just started it. We just started,
started
that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's fun. Yeah, just that was my movie night. It was after we watched Fantastic Four,
Love that.
which also has a wrestling connection that I will not spoil.
Okay.
I will not spoil that because if you don't know he's in the movie, it's a special surprise
Okay, don't tell
and
me.
who he plays. But there's somebody related to wrestling who's now part of the MCU, and it's probably not who you expect.
I hope it's not Chris Jericho.
It's not Chris
I'm
Jericho.
excited.
I can say it's not Chris Jericho. So, what is he? Hasn't he been in? No. Oh, he's part of the View Askew universe. That's right, because he was the KKK member in Jay and Silent Bob reboot, I think.
What?
Yeah, or Clerks 3, maybe? No, it was Jay and
He
Silent
was
Bob.
not in Clerks 3 at all.
No, Jericho was not in Clerks 3. No. But it all meshes together, honestly. So, either way, speaking of people in movies, of course, we remiss if we don't talk about the passing of Hulk Hogan. I know this is a very divisive subject, but I think it's worth talking about in general. I'm gonna say we here at the Wrestling Mayhem Show don't agree with a lot of things that Terry Bollea has done or talked about over the last several years. Of course, putting that in a context to begin with, but obviously, I'm of the age where I have to acknowledge that I put a statement of kind of, and I very explicitly stated, the character of Hulk Hogan was the inspirational figure growing up for me. I'm of that age,
Yes.
where I was 6 years old watching Saturday Night's Main Event, Big Blue Cage, Paul Orndorff, match and things like that. And that's the stuff that captivated me at the time, was that superhero. I was the target audience. I watched Rock and Wrestling every Saturday when it was on, like it was the greatest thing to me. And I wouldn't be here hanging with you guys and having this show if it wasn't for that. And I think that's worth acknowledging. So regardless of what happened backstage, all that kind of stuff, I definitely, in a lot of cases, kind of don't meet your heroes, when it comes to things like this. Like, I know my favorite wrestlers were probably not the greatest human beings. I got a whole list of them between Warrior and Jericho. So
Yes.
there's that. Kurt Angle's a stand-up guy though.
too bad, not too
you
bad.
can't fuck with Kurt Angle. Okay.
No.
So, but anyways, that I'm aware of. But either way, like, I think it's worth saying, acknowledging that, acknowledging what he did do for the business, at least in the positive side of things, and stuff like that. So, but no, yeah, I think it's worthwhile. So, and I think I'm the oldest one here of that era. So, it might be just me talking here because was such a big part. Tina's in the chat room talking this up too, saying, acknowledge the impact of the business that was made, the machine behind it. You cannot grieve for someone who sees, like the comments say, they're seen less as a human being. Absolutely. So,
Like, you can't, and again, I am probably not the best one to talk about his, like, others, Terry's side, because Terry is a piece of shit. But
Terry did some disgusting things just a few weeks before. So,
yes,
you know what I mean? Like, that's shitty, and unfortunately it all goes together.
But we can't take away the fact that if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, wrestling today would not be what it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
He was the first person to, bridge that gap from sports entertainment to mainstream media. I mean, like you said, horrible person outside of wrestling, but like, he definitely had an impact in the wrestling scene.
I think it takes to another thing, because I think we've all gone through this recently with the allegations with Vince McMahon as well. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Watching Dark Side of the Ring, you're like, wow, none of these people were really great in that era. especially, right? So, and that does tarnish a lot of, Tina's right, it tarnishes the legacy, because every time it's like, I bought my first Hulkamaniac shirt right before like all the tapes came out, and I put it away. You know what I mean? Lifelong Hulkamaniac, could do no wrong, and then I can't wear this. I can't put that out there. Kind of thing. So I reluctantly was like, I'm in Florida, I'm going to check out the beach shop. I bought an Andre the Giant shirt last time I went. I'm just like, I can't wear a Hulk Hogan thing.
Yeah.
So, but and that's why Hogan's always put in the corner.
He's still here.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah.
He's still here.
Yes. So
I still have this for some reason.
The legacy is what makes it its own thing.
Yes.
Him tarnishing that doesn't erase that or delete anything that Hulk Hogan did, and you have to take that into consideration. You just do at the end of the day. Terrible person, left a huge impact on people, but you took the words right out of my mouth. Your heroes are going to disappoint you, and there's probably a lot of our heroes that haven't been exposed yet, and maybe it's bittersweet that that is the case, but we should just leave it in the dust as he is and let it rest altogether.
I've learned that everybody that I have, everybody I looked up to was an asshole. Like in music, in wrestling, and it's really fascinating when you do find the ones that are not. I'll take this opportunity to talk about people that were very surprising. Roddy Piper was one of the nicest human beings, and that is like across the board. It was one of the fantastic ones when he came in for the Meadville shows. My wife was a huge Roddy fan and got to have a moment with him.
That.
But even just like, it's one of those guys that comes in and he was okay, I'm going to come in, what do you want me to do to make this as successful as possible? Because it was a fundraiser for the school, right? Ricky Steamboat, I think you were there for those two, right?
He was so gentle and nice and very respectful. Like, he was just an all-around amazing person. And you know who his favorite person was whenever he did that seminar? Calvin Couture.
I think drove him in, right?
Calvin was the one that was asked to go pick him up from the airport, and
that's wild.
Loved him. Everyone at the end of the night was asking him for a picture, and he looked at me and he goes, "Can you take my picture with him?" With Calvin. He gave me his phone to take a picture with Calvin, and he gave him an absurd amount of gas money for picking him up. And Calvin's just like, "I can't take this. I can't." And he's like, "No, you're taking it. I appreciate you. This is great." And like, you see Calvin has the biggest smile on his face in this picture. I love it. Ricky Steamboat was one to meet.
I continue to hear great things about Booker T. He was great when he was in. Like, I had a great quick conversation with him. He was just, again, him and Mark Henry.
Mark Henry.
Right after he got the Hall of Fame ring. It was like the next week, right? And it was like, oh, there it is. Okay,
I worked with Booker T that day too, and I asked him for advice because I was still training. He's like, tape study, lots of tape study. Just watch yourself, watch others, watch now, watch then. I'm like, okay.
Our friend Christian Noir has a great story about when he was visiting and had an interaction with him at his promotion and everything. Nice. So again, it's really good to see the people that do kind of shine through all that bullshit, and obviously there are people that have been through the same ringer as everybody else, when it comes to being on that level. So and I think we're going to see more and more, over the years, especially as whatever legal proceedings are happening with the Vince McMahon story and maybe connected to other things that might be happening right now, that's going to kind of, thankfully, it's a different company that runs it now. But now when you go back and look at, like, it's kind of hard to watch like the old, like, shows, in general, we've always had this with Chris Benoit, ever since and everything like that. Like, Our Lady Peace re-recorded and re-released finally the Chris Benoit theme song.
Did you see the video of them talking about how they were going to take it back?
I saw like the live performance from a few months ago. So was that the video you're talking about? Because I didn't see what they said about it.
They said that the beginning before they talked about, mental health and how they were going to take this song back because it was one of their favorite songs.
Yeah.
And it's great. I love that song.
Yeah. It still rocks. It just, God, you're going to have that because you have so many people involved, and you never know,
and that's
these kinds of things.
That's the thing that's so unfortunate about it, because it's like those actions from Chris Benoit tarnished that song for that band. Hogan's actions tarnishes his legacy. But Hogan was so tied close to all these other people. Like, you have the NWO. Like, you can still like the NWO, not agree with what Terry Bollea did, and
Kevin Nash seems to be on the opposite spectrum. On thoughts and stuff like that.
That's just like nuts. It's like unfortunate to see that across the board. And it's
unfortunate. A lot of different areas.
It's hard.
It's for everyone. For everyone, because to people's point, it's. You didn't know Hulk Hogan in his time. You know him for Terry and who he is, because some people don't look at him as Hulk Hogan, the wrestler. They don't know him as that. They know him as this unfortunate person.
And I think when I saw somebody, there was some expressions when they did the 10 bells, or they did both Friday and Saturday, or Monday. I'm sorry.
Monday and today too.
And did they do an NXT as well?
They did NXT as well.
Interesting. So
I did not see Booker T.
No.
Probably
not.
Boy.
Booker T was right. Let's be real.
Yeah, Booker T was right. Yeah. Did you see when NXT a few months ago when the Booker T were coming from you chants?
Yes.
Like, holy shit.
And the video of him just smiling about it.
What was my point? Oh, there was a like something that was like had a screen cap of some of the expressions of like CM Punk was obviously has had some words about Hulk Hogan live on WWE before and things like that, and they're like, oh, this is disrespectful, something. It's just like, what these guys did have personal interactions with him, and they are allowed to have an opinion about that. Just because you covet him as a fan and don't know about or care about his other things does not mean others. I don't think it's okay to like just trash into the ground something like this and really harp on it. More than what is warranted. You're allowed to speak your opinion on this. Let me make that clear. But those people are allowed to react to it because they did have a personal interaction, have a personal feeling. That's not just what they read on the internet like most of the rest of us. So if anybody is allowed, it's a lot of the people that were sitting on that stage for sure.
During that 10 belt, I did see CM Punk's reaction, and a lot of people were commenting on his reaction online.
Yes.
The thing that I thought of as I'm watching, I'm like, man, CM Punk has a new shirt. That new shirt is sweet. Like, it's a Bad Brains shirt. Like, it's an homage to Bad Brains. I'm like, that is awesome.
Yeah,
you were seeing that, but also the one thing I was paying attention that I saw also online was like everybody going, why is Ciampa shirtless?
Yes.
Yes. Why is he shirtless here?
Like, he wasn't on the next segment or anything, like Jay was like, I noticed Jay didn't come out from the crowd. He just came from like the other side or something. And I was like, because you can't fucking get him up there in time. You just did a 10 belt with everybody on the stage.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big fucking arena, So they're
we're
like always surprised with, you just fucking saw him on stage, Cole.
And like, you know how any wrestling locker room is. Those people are taking their good ass time to get in the back. We're like, come on, let's go.
And Jay's like, motherfucker,
like,
I gotta go through the crowd. I gotta go yeet.
I gotta yeet.
I gotta get my yeet on. Jeez. Hey. It's a complicated situation. So either way,
the machine that built that ran behind Hulk Hogan, like, would not work with anybody else.
No. It is putting the right person for the role.
Like, we wouldn't have Billy Graham-mania. Or
you know what?
We would have Macho Madness. Let's be real.
I think Macho Madness would have still happened.
Macho Madness would have still happened.
Billy Graham. I think Billy Graham Mania might have happened because he didn't get injured around that time, and Hulk was like the next step.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So, like, I mean, he was the catalyst. I thought.
But let's be real. How did Billy Graham handle himself towards the end of his career? He went crazy.
Oh yeah.
So
Really crazy.
he went crazy and did a lot of questionable things. If he was on that level of Hulk Hogan, would those actions that were to follow, would have they been intensified? Would he have gone even crazier? I mean, we don't know.
So true.
But they can't even trust Ventura not to blow an angle on Saturday Night's Main Event anymore. They don't even use him because he completely
Gone rogue.
He if you don't remember, Damian
Why
Priest.
are they going through the door?
Yeah, Damian Priest walked through the door in his blood feud with, was it Drew McIntyre,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like two main events ago. So they didn't invite him back on commentary or anything at all, apparently, this time, because he just like, that's terrible. That's BS. I'm just like, bro, you're killing the entire angle for this blow off match.
We're live.
Oh my gosh.
We're live, pal, on NBC. like your biggest viewer base you're probably ever gonna have, right? So, which also is it? I don't know anymore. Like, I guess
I think I feel Netflix is the bigger.
it's got the worldwide and everything.
Netflix.
So it's weird. Main Event isn't on Netflix internationally.
Really.
Yeah, I looked it up. I did a swim across the border and tried it out. And yeah, it's not on there. It is on Peacock now. They are replaying on. Or they're putting it live on Peacock. They weren't initially doing that. So if you got the cock, you're good.
Okay. You got the cock, you're good.
It's my login. We're good.
That's right. No, that's for the other site. No, that's
Segueing back to Jimmy DeMarco, I see.
yeah, a little bit. Hey, there was some wrestling on that other site too. I think I've talked to you about that, right? Because I think you were one of the clips that popped up.
What?
Oh, you don't know?
No.
There is a point where a lot of clips from particularly IWC were ending up on Pornhub.
I love that. That's great.
Yes.
That makes me so happy.
I don't think you can do it anymore since they cracked down on like user clips, right? But I have considered starting an account. But I'm pretty sure all the wrestlers would have to sign off as models in order to do it.
Yeah.
And just like, but there's people that like, what was there? There was like a math teacher that started putting a show up there. Like we could, as a user, I could just upload this show to it. I think like this show.
Yeah.
So
no sex.
Just talking about DildoMania.
There's like a sports podcast that's on there too.
I feel that's probably
crazy.
like sponsored by Barstool Sports.
But
it's like MTV. It's not the same anymore.
But it was just like an
Changing
easy
everything.
access place, except for like Kentucky, where they put that.
Why not Kentucky?
Oh, okay. Now we're turning the awesome cast. So certain states have passed these laws that in order to access a porn site, you have to go through an age verification, which tends to be some sort of service like that. You're going to have to upload your license in order to verify that you're of age. So some other countries have also done this, and Pornhub is just pulling out of it.
Ha!
Yes.
Puns.
I just realized halfway through that. So instead of becoming a part of that, so we can't put our podcast on because then people in Kentucky and Texas can't see it. But
Gotcha.
Either way, allegedly. So
Interesting.
But yeah, no, it was just anytime there's a stink face, it ended up on there.
Oh yeah,
Now
I
they-
know the
yeah.
clip exactly. that you're
You took
talking
a stink
about.
face?
No, I wasn't in it.
I think you were delivering, weren't you?
Wait.
I don't remember. They're
Maybe it
all
was a-
taken
I
down.
remember-
Was it a Bronco
I
Buster?
remember
Maybe?
Britt Baker and Ray Lynn.
Yeah, that's
were on
true.
there. Which I'm on there. What video am I on?
I mean, this was years ago.
It
It's
may have been a
taken
Bronco
down.
Buster, probably.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was
do the
probably
Bronco Buster then,
or
no.
it's usually butt stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the hip
Butt stuff.
attack.
It's really big on YouTube too. So
It's-
anytime.
That's the screen. So like that's the screen grab. So like anything that we do, like I'll try to find a screen grab of just Katie so I can post it so it generates views.
That's
It
true
works.
too.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
I mean, it's just the algorithm.
Business.
It's business.
Yes, and very specific. Like anytime you have the runway.
Oh,
numbers.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's also a surprising one. Matthew Yeager.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the guys like the Matthew Yeager out there.
He's really pale.
Like
He's muscular.
I get messages that are like more Matthew Yeager matches, and I'm like, I can't book them, bro. You know, I really, it's up to. I'm not doing the booking here.
So on DildoMania, when you do book it, will there be
DildoMania presented by the Wrestling Mayhem Show and the production.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Where does featured? Are you booking Matthew Yeager on DildoMania?
You're the title sponsor. You know what? I think I'm going to have to. It's going to be the Runway. It's going to be what was that? Brian Baum that was just in, because that match went crazy. That was whoa. Like you just like find out who has the fan base, and it's just verticals I'm not thinking of. It's like I'm just saying, look, it's been eye opening the last couple of years. So
Mateo Valentine was just on.
Mateo Valentine, yes, was another one. So it's really interesting to see who pops up on there.
Honestly, probably Paris Sahara you could probably do as well.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Paris has the built-in fan base yet. It's growing.
Oh,
It's growing.
Yeah.
I haven't
That's a
had
good point.
I'm waiting for the Paris Sahara like requests to start coming in because I think that's going to happen at some point. So listen, I look at the analytics in the comments like every day.
Have
So
to.
this is
When-
like this,
Give
you
the
just
people what they want.
you just notice the trends and you're like, oh, what are these time codes? It's either a Bronco Buster, stink face, or somebody getting hit in the nuts.
Yep.
Every time. So,
I know when me and MB would wrestle, like we would always get these like wild comments
Mhm.
of just people like, "Oh, these two beefy guys just hitting each
That's just
other."
like describing what's
Yeah,
happening.
yes,
Like it happens for the
yes.
women's match. A lot of your matches have those actually.
Oh.
Yeah, just don't read them. Don't read them. It's not going to make you feel good. It's just like I'll get something where like somebody like Katie's in an intergender match and it was like, and I love when the woman is dominating the guy, et cetera, details I don't want to repeat.
Oh my gosh.
Or vice versa.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah. It's like this is, and again, it's just like, well, they're interacting. That's good for the algorithm.
Just more clips,
And
Sorg. Just
I'm
more
just like,
clips.
I have a creepy, I have a creepy level, and I do delete a couple of them. But when it's just like, yeah, that's not okay in any world.
We've
you know.
reached a line.
Yes.
Delete.
Yes, it's like, no, that's a Pornhub comment, and we out.
We out.
Yes. So, all right. Anyways, this pizza is fueled by pepperoni and good times at sliceonbroadway.com. Supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Thank you so much to those guys helping us feed our guests, feed us, so we don't have to. So we remember to eat on podcast night for one thing. It's over
Looking
there.
at it
It's
right
over.
now.
She's like staring
It's
at
right
it,
there.
ready to attack it after this show. Right.
Oh yeah.
Thank you to our friends out there. What was the thing that they got in Vegas? It was the best cheese pizza in the world. They have so many
They have a lot in the
awards
world
on their.
Really?
Do they have you go to the East Liberty location, right, Rizz?
They don't have the trophies there.
Well, because this is the original up here, so I
Yeah,
think
they have the
bring
original.
they're running out of
But-
space, so they might have to put them in the other ones.
Yeah, you guys can
But
get pictures of the trophies. Let's be real.
That's right.
I did have the pizza that won the one they won in Italy that one year, which was like the broccolini pizza.
Okay.
Not bad. It was really good.
When I go, I might be going to Italy here in a couple months, so I'm going to ask them if they know Slice on
Test it.
Broadway.
See if they have Broadway.
See if they have a
Put it
Broadway.
right there.
Do you think they have a Broadway in
The
Rome?
slice will be on Broadway.
Yeah,
there.
there you go. And there's a
Slice on
slice.
Broadway.
Could I have pizza in Rome? Do I just eat Italian food, or is it just all Italian? It's just food there. I'll learn. I'll learn.
You're
I'll
like,
learn.
damn, this is some really good pasta.
Yes, I was in Thailand, which has flexion. I'm like, where's the Thai food? And we're like,
Pizza.
it's just food. So, it's very American food. I think
Yeah.
we went to a Chinese restaurant in Thailand. That was
way.
strange.
No.
Yes, it is just like a Chinese food place here. I'm just like, okay.
All right,
guess
this is
so.
what we're doing. We flew across the country or across the world.
Either way, yeah, I came around the world to eat hamburgers. I don't get it. Yeah, exactly. I'm part of the show where we find out what you learned in wrestling this week. Who would like to go first? Chat room, please chime in. Or from this episode, what did you learn about Jimmy DeMarco this week?
Oh, right.
Who would like to go first?
I will. I learned that Braun Breaker can do a spear and land directly on his head and get up like nothing
That
ever happened.
one he did in the entranceway?
Yes.
He did that, and he rolled right in. I'm just like, didn't that guy just like do the flip thing?
On his head, like he dove into a swimming pool.
That
Crazy.
guy's impossible.
Mhm.
He is so impossible. It's tremendous.
Also, I learned that WWE production does miss spots because they miss the spirit of Roman Reigns.
Yep, on the
They did.
outside,
Mhm.
They did.
Just imagine who, like, just backstage, how mad they were.
freaking out.
Hmm.
Like, they're like, we got Jimmy or Jay, we got Jay and Bronson. Damn it, we missed Roman and Braun.
Hmm. Yeah, we talked about production a couple weeks ago, AEW versus WWE, and it's like that doesn't happen often there. It just, but they're so meticulous,
Mhm.
and I have a feeling that like AEW's not as like exact on
Mhm.
those things. So like like I feel like they just kind of like, not that they let everybody go, but they have more freedom, right? So, anyways, Katie, what did you learn recently in wrestling?
I learned that DJZ, Joaquin Wilde, is already on a level, and he exceeds that.
The tag match was tremendous.
The tag match was insane. I truly thought they were going to get the tag titles last night, and it was so sad that they didn't, especially with the run-in, and then they overcame the run-in, and then there was still chaos after, and I'm like, they should have won.
Mhm.
And I'm so happy for DJZ. He was someone that was way above me when I started,
Mhm.
and someone that I looked up to, and he came to a few of my training classes, and I trained with him in private trainings as well with a small group of people, and he was amazing. And I've learned so much from him, and to see him doing what he's doing now, getting his opportunities and his moments. I learned that he can just get better. And I didn't think it was possible.
I love Corey Graves calling a Joaquin Wilde match.
Yes.
'Cause he
Yes.
does. He has
No.
so many callbacks to things
Oh,
that
I
we
know.
know about.
Mhm.
I
And
was like,
just-
I understand what's going on.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
really understand
like
what's happening.
he was talking about the time he almost died in Mexico
Yeah.
during the
Yes.
match and everything. So, which,
He did say yesterday, and I asked Katie, I was like, is this true? Because he's like, I was there for for Joaquin's first match. And I asked her, I'm like, was he there at IWC for his first match? Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
Oh, like probably because he's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So at the time, I don't know.
Sterling was all over those IWC shows around that era. So yeah, he was a main fixture in that.
So it was probably full circle for him just commentating, seeing him then and seeing him now. It's like
Hmm.
mind blowing.
Hmm. They're all buddies, He knows
Yep.
he knows Punk from back to the day. It's all it just
We all
Just-
start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. So, and just like you all end up there and know each other, and just like everybody's familiar and have this long history already.
Yes.
It's sometimes you can play with. So, Riz, what'd you learn recently in wrestling?
That just seeing Rhea Ripley versus just stare down Piper Niven. I really want to see that match.
Yes.
I really want to
Oh,
see a
wow.
one-on-one, give them time match.
That would
Because
be
I know
cool.
Piper can do it. I know Rhea can do it.
That's a good one.
Hmm.
I would love to see that.
Like it was only like 5 seconds in that six woman tag match,
Hmm.
but it was like they gave Piper a stare down with Rhea Ripley.
You just test the waters, So that's
Just-
like that's like what
just
that's
dip
what
the
they do
toe.
at the Rumble. They pair people up and see what the reaction is. So see if they have anything there.
Their foreshadow.
Yeah.
Just in
Mhm.
case.
Yeah, just like, okay, if anything happens to Chelsea, we know we can do Piper and Rhea, and people are going to be into it, right?
Oh,
People
yeah.
want to see it. So
If Chelsea gets a visa issue, like Drew McIntyre.
Yes. Oh man.
exactly, right? What Tina learned this week, it's good to disconnect from the screen. The MFTs are this generation's shoot APA, and Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights is going to be sick this year. It was a Wyatt. Was it like it was a Wyatt
It's a Wyatt
themed
thing.
one
Yeah.
that they're doing there? So
So right before we came here, we stopped at our gear maker, Dom Land. Was it Lando? Landolina. He is a guitar player for Code Orange. They did Bray Wyatt's theme song, and he makes my gear here in Pittsburgh. And he told us that he can't wait for the Horror Nights because they're just going to play their song over and over and over at the Bray Wyatt thing.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And of course we know that a lot of his stuff, his masks and stuff, are made here in Pittsburgh. So and that was really featured when they did the Bray Wyatt like doc after he passed. Like he was featured heavily in there. So from the guy from like the Savini School down there. So Dave Ponder learned that a pirate princess can be catapulted, and hopefully there's something cool for her coming up. Yeah, that mixed tag match came out of nowhere last night with AJ and the Kabuki Warriors and Judgment Day. So that has been fun. God, the Dominic AJ stuff's been so fun.
Him being a janitor was
Yes.
hilarious, or the valet.
Like
So funny.
it's so like it's stuff that would have been stupid 10 years ago if they did it. But
it
it's like
works now.
it feels like no, this is probably AJ's idea.
Oh,
You
for
know,
sure.
Just like
So I have this idea.
He's like, I don't have to wrestle. I could just be on my hands and knees praying to the God. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, we're like that's an easy week. Let's do this. Like the Bugs Bunny-ness of Dom avoiding the doctor for the checkup was so much fun. So the catapult into the pirate's elbow, chef's kiss, says Tina too. Yeah, it was just like I saw I'm catching up on SmackDown before Raw because I never watch them live, and I just saw the I think it was in the chat where they're just like AJ and like Kyrie Sane is like so great. Just like wait, what's happening on Raw right now? Like,
I missed that.
who's
chat,
doing a
so
WWE 2K game right
what
now?
the heck?
Like what's happening here?
Too
So-
bad Sorg banned me from that chat room.
I did not. You banned yourself for talking. What did we?
It was for talking about Rusev.
Riz mentioned Rusev, and he got banned for promising goods or something.
Yeah, and
What?
it's something stupid.
Yeah, he got flagged
like
by
now I'm in
Facebook.
good standing, but I haven't been able.
But you're
to
not
return
allowed to be back in the. Well, so we'll invite you into the trusted chat room and see what happens.
Oh,
No, we
great.
need that chat room.
Yes.
I'm not gonna be. I'm just gonna be sitting there going.
Derek has denied you from
Rejected.
the trusted chat room.
Like you'll just
You're-
see me just like be there and say hi, and that's all you hear from me.
Hi.
Mm.
Like lowercase h, lowercase I. That's it.
We ban you, but when I tag somebody for their anti-trans post, like it's not bullying, apparently. So like Facebook's really fucked up.
Obviously not.
It's really sad. So Piper Rhea stare down, call back to NXT UK. That's right. I need to
Ooh.
go back and watch the NXT UK Rhea Ripley. People have referenced this a couple of times now, and I don't remember it. Was she still blonde?
Yeah, NXT UK was like, there's a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah.
Like Chris Hero's heel run is in NXT UK,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so amazing. Like it's
God, he went over there for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were doing stuff. Piper, who did Piper have? Was it with Alba under her old name? Like they had a street fight, and that were they the ones that had a street fight in ICW? Tina's about to correct me here as soon as we catch up on the feed. Either way, what did I learn from wrestling? I think I talked a lot about what I learned from wrestling between the WWE UnReal series, working at a strip club. Thank you, and all that kind of stuff. So I think I've kind of exhausted what I learned for the most part. Oh, there's a flyer in one of my bags. This place not only had. Did you see the flyers on the wall?
Yes.
For what they had coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are they having Little Mania, they're having Tiny Dancers.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Did
I don't know if it's the same event. But
Did you see the statistics?
what?
So they
they had the heights.
They didn't have the names. They just had the heights.
The heights.
What? So I was standing with another wrestler. I'm not going to throw him under the bus. He was looking at him, and he goes, 5'7"? She's so hot. And I was like, what? And he's like, 5'3"? She's pretty hot, too. And I'm like, stop telling me these. Stop it.
Did he say I like what I like?
That's what he said.
Kaylee Ray versus Piper, ICW Queen of Insanity,
Yes.
which I was on like Peacock or Network at the time, and on I think Tina's recommendation, I did see that. The Days of Kaylee Ray, which that's Salba Fire,
Yeah.
right? Yes, okay.
Do you know she did Black Diamond Wrestling?
No,
So she was on tour here. She came with me, Matt Justice, Marty Bell, and another one of Matt Justice's students that doesn't wrestle anymore. And she managed me in one of my very first matches against Keith Haught. And in this match, I break my arm. And the middle of nowhere, West Virginia. And I had to drive us back home. And I couldn't physically lift my arm up. to steer, so I had to grab it, steer, and I'm steering down this like windy, hilly road. And once I get to the end, Matt Justice goes, "Bro, pull over." So I pull over. He gets up and throws up, and he's like, "Get out of the driver's seat, bro." And then he drove the rest of the way home, and he was mad that he had to drive me home.
Listen, knowing the stuff that Matt Justice does,
Yes.
and then you made him throw up
Yeah.
as you're driving, like
Yeah.
that's pretty
Made him
tremendous.
dizzy.
The guy that showed me his like bleeding, pulsating thing after the like House of Horrors, whatever the fuck match in LA. I don't know, like, and you made him sick. So that's
funny.
that's incredible.
Black Diamond Wrestling alumni.
Wow, that's a little known fact that nobody even would have looked for.
Nope. Fun fact.
So, God, Black Diamond comes up like every other week because just there's so many people that came through.
I love it. That's
I went through.
we both did. Shout out Charles Manson's elementary school, because that was the place that I wrestled.
Yeah, apparently, allegedly,
Yeah.
there was somebody looked into that, and that seemed kind of suspect, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't want to disagree.
I brought a historian, and he's like, actually, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, we'll just keep telling the fans this. So
Yes.
it still sounds cool,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, yeah, that was apparently a very suspect fact. But either way, it's like, no, he went to school in this town. I was like, what? So well, then what? Then is it just creepy for no reason here? So either way, hey, Derek, Katie, thank you so much. Again, Katie, bring Katie old Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts, chocolate frosted, please, or the s'mores and the brown sugar cinnamon.
Derek, what food items do you like?
Bubble wrap. Bring him bubble wrap so I don't get crumb boxes.
Bring me circus peanuts.
Ugh.
Circus
I
peanuts.
love circus
He
peanuts.
loves circus peanuts. I don't know why,
They're the
because he's
best.
crazy.
Orange circus peanuts. Please bring me them.
Wow.
Please
Mhm.
don't.
There you go. There you go. We'll ask everybody. We're going to ask everybody from now on, like, what food should they be brought? You know,
I
so-
told you, Gabriel Iglesias did it one time, chocolate cake.
Mm.
He loves chocolate cake, and he kept getting chocolate cake. So I'm like, Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts. I love Pop-Tarts, everybody. It worked.
I don't want to carry these Pop-Tarts home.
I'll carry them.
And then the Rizz. What food can people bring you when they find you at wrestling shows? What's that? It's been blurred out.
These are freeze-dried bananas.
Freeze-dried bananas. There you go.
Ah.
They look like Buckeyes.
Chocolate covered.
Are they,
Chocolate covered freeze-dried bananas.
okay.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Zoom's really
It's
fucking
really
with
good.
them right now. So,
I just see they look like
It looks like
Grapes.
inappropriate. Like it looks like he's showing like a Playboy.
blurred
It's
it out.
blurred
They
and- it's
look
blurred out.
suggestive. They're suggestive
Can't
bananas.
see this right now because it's dangerous, and it's just.
oh my gosh.
Guys, it's been your Wrestling Mayhem Show, and I think it's lived up. Pop-Tarts are greater than handshaking a hot dog, says
Yes.
Partner. There you
It's
go.
True. That is very true.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a wild show, and I don't have a guest lined up for next week, so we'll figure that out. Message me if you want to be on the show, I guess. Oh, I should not put that out there.
We'll
be back.
We'll be
Yeah.
back.
Or,
We'll be back
they'll
next
be
week.
back if we don't fill anything in. They'll sit on the opposite sides of the couch, so it looks like a
Yes.
different episode. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. You have been our Mayhem audience.
Awesome audience.
Mayhem
Awesome
audience.
audience. Have an awesome
Mayhem
weekend. Bye.
out.
Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.